Good morning, everybody. Hello. Great, Scott. Great work.
Thank you.
Nice.
I practice.
You get the gold star for today.
What?
No, he was great today.
Oh, okay.
Dang, I get to have that all weekend
That was
long.
perfect.
Must be
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
being the favorite of Daddy.
Oh.
I love being the favorite. I
Didn't
love
like
when
that,
Daddy
I'll be
loves
honest
me.
with you.
I'm sorry.
Daddy. Daddy.
Didn't love that.
Rafe's the only one that can call you Daddy on this show.
Daddy.
Yes.
I found
Hated it,
copper in the
actually.
dumpster,
This
Daddy.
is not an equal place.
No. No. Well, hello.
Sorry.
It's Friday. Short week.
Short week.
Cruising into the weekend, huh?
Yes.
Got some big plans tonight. Going to go see Rafe up in St. Charles. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Anybody else going?
I don't know if I'll be able to. We got family in town.
Big deal, man. You're dead to
Bring
me.
your family.
But I'm going to see. I want to see if the sister-in-laws and stuff, because we're doing a big birthday party for the niece, and then I want to see if they want to go.
How old's your niece?
She's going to be a little kid still.
Little kid
Yeah,
still.
she'll love
Right
it.
on.
Nine,
She'll
7
love
years
Rafe.
She's
old.
probably 9 or 8.
She'll probably like Tina.
Yeah, bring her
Actually,
up.
yeah. That'd
Bring
be
her
good
up.
for her.
Maybe get her on stage.
She
Maybe.
is funny.
2-drink minimum up at the St. Charles Funny Bone.
2 Capri Suns.
Get this girl 2 Capri Suns. We're good.
You know, they are making these kind of alcoholic Capri Suns now.
Are they?
Uh-huh.
Like the
The big bagged cocktail.
big bagged cocktail.
And I'm kind of down. That might be my summer drink. I ordered one of these inflatable suntanning pools that should be arriving later today, Amazon.
Wow.
And it's essentially a big raft that you can fill up with, it's like long, you know? It looks like a long john, only you get tan on it. And so you sit, and that's going to be my pool, my summer pool on my deck.
You're not going to put it in the front of the house?
I don't know. I might do like sit outside on my driveway and just drink a Mai Tai and watch the cars go by.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not a bad idea. I don't want to freak my neighbors out. You know, we kind of contain our weirdness to the
Yeah, to
backyard.
the backyard.
But maybe
I get it.
But no, it's good.
depends on where the sun is. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. How was the movie last night?
Great.
Lern went to go see The Crow in theaters.
Yes, went to the DePere Theater along with the 4-pack of people that I was with. There were maybe 6 other people in the theater, so poorly attended. I was very disappointed. But
Why?
well,
you ain't got the theater yourself.
I brought
Well, a new film like
Rafe
that not
for my
doing
birthday
great.
this year got me these 1994 like vintage Crow trading cards. And I opened up a pack of them, and I was like, I'm going to give these out to whoever's sitting near me because these are people that will appreciate the nerddom. And I
You just
only
had to hand them to the people you came with.
I did,
Crow
and they loved it.
trading cards.
Yeah, they were sick, dude.
They're really cool.
Legit. I went deep on the web and found 1994 The Crow unopened box. The Crow trading cards.
Promotional trading cards. So it's stills from the
Wow.
movie. I mean, it's like the coolest damn thing. And so I picked out the ones I was.
So
gonna
nice of you to
keep.
give those away.
I got all of them.
Really appreciate
Hey,
that.
they're going
give
for
her,
like,
like,
Pretty cool,
they're
man.
going for like $500-600. This is
trading
awesome.
Yeah, unopened, they're worth like $3,000 a
Yeah.
pack.
Oh, what a
That's all
dummy.
right.
Once you open them, it's
I
like
kept
12.
some
worthless.
Thank
unopened.
you.
But no, it was cool. They had this little retrospective with the cinematographer, like a 10-minute video before, with different photos and video that I'd never seen before about the shooting of the original Crow. It was cool.
But poorly attended.
Poorly attended. So where was Gen X and the millennials at last night is what I want to know.
Probably, I don't know, taking care of their kids, running them to hockey practice.
No, there was a mom who brought her little son, which I was like, oh,
Oh,
yes.
really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it lives on. That little 9-year-old was little 9-year-old me in 94. He's 9 years old in 2024 seeing The Crow in theater.
Have
with
a
his
couple
mom.
drinks and get down on his level and look him in the eye and say, "You're me.
You're me, pal.
Bye-bye.
Was
Can't rain
it,
all the time."
was it what you thought it was going to be on the big screen?
Of course, yeah.
Was it an emotional experience?
It wasn't emotional, but it's one of my favorite movies, so I was very happy.
Nice to get that done.
It was really
nice
cool.
to get that done. See it on the big screen.
Yeah.
I'm taking a little credit for it, too, for manifesting it.
You are.
I gave you, unbeknownst to me, gave you a Crow-themed birthday.
You did.
I gave you a backpack that looked like Eric Draven's tombstone,
I wore
which
that
is
last night.
hilarious.
People loved it.
What?
I found it on the it just it popped up one day on Etsy, and I was like, I got to get this. This is hilarious.
A
It's like
backpack that looks like Eric Craven's
tombstone from The Crow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it was nice. right? The inside, it was like the lady that made it really went all out. And then I just stuffed it with crow memorabilia.
Yeah, I have like little lapel pins and crow trading cards. There was you got me a vintage Eric Draven. Tim goes, "Are you going to bring the bobblehead to the?" I go, "I might."
You should have.
I just might.
Like my grandma playing bingo.
You could have put him in the seat next to you.
I know. I should have.
Plenty of room.
Mm-hmm. And the couple that we were with, or the friends that we were with, were like, really, every person that came in, were like, "Oh, right, here comes our people watching," and like our people. 6 people later.
How many showings?
Just 2.
Just 2 showings.
Yesterday or Wednesday and Thursday. Unfortunate.
Okay, I mean.
But it said there was 2 shows yesterday, right? When there was 6 o'clock?
Oh, I don't know. I just saw the 7.
Life is going on.
But it's so cool.
Life is going on. Again, people our age. We got kids. We got work the next day. We don't have time for this.
I love a nostalgic movie, and I'm happy that the theaters around town are doing this. They're bringing back our AMC theaters. We're talking about, Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom. All this stuff is coming up. Back to the Future is coming back to theaters for a limited run. So go, if you love these nostalgic movies, go see them. They're going to be out.
We have time for that. We don't got time for The Crow, apparently.
Apparently not.
When's
Also,
Swiss Family Robinson going to be?
Little Sally's got Tumbling.
The Never-Ending Story is coming back, which is also something I would...
Dude, I'll go see
long.
that. That's one I never saw in the theater.
Me too.
That I wish... Because, I watched the hell out of that movie when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking on the air about maybe seeing an old school, like, horror movie. And when I say old school, like Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th, to see that in the theater, to hear people yelling during the jump scare scenes, that would be pretty neat.
That's why
pretty cool.
I said yesterday about The Exorcist. Like, people were vomiting in the theater because they were so freaked out.
I don't want none of that.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah, you did mention The Exorcist. I was like, we didn't really talk horror movies much yesterday, but that would have been cool. Now I'm getting into like some of the fantasy films, not necessarily the big dogs like Star Wars, but dude, I'd go see Beastmaster in a theater. Legend, which gets left off of Tom Cruise's best movie list.
Legend.
Remember the movie Legend?
No.
It's the only fantasy film Tom Cruise ever did, where he fights the devil at the end. The devil at the end or it's kind of a demon. The horse gets stuck in the mud. That was like a traumatizing thing for a kid.
Sure.
His horse Artax.
Yeah.
They get in the mud and his horse doesn't make it out, and he's like trying to drag his horse out.
That was Never-Ending Story.
It is.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah, you're getting your wires
Get them
crossed.
confused. But Tom Cruise Legend was a good movie.
Yeah, Never-Ending Story is when he's trying to pull the white horse.
You're right.
Traumatized kids.
You're right. That traumatized me.
I will ugly cry
blocked it out.
to that part.
I blocked out the movie.
That was sad.
I missed that.
Yeah, you got to push that down deep.
I missed that memo.
I just tried to put it somewhere else.
I thought it was
riding on a luck dragon through time.
Anyway, glad you had a good time.
Dragon.
Thanks.
Sorry there was only 6 people there.
That's okay. Those are my people. Happy to see those 6 people.
Yeah, when we went to go see Furiosa, there was like 6 people in the theater. And it had me thinking, like, am I doing something wrong here? First, I thought, am I in the right theater? Uh-huh. It's an opening weekend.
Yeah.
For a big major motion picture. Right. $125 million they put into this thing. And there's 6 people in the theater.
Well, everybody's at the lake.
I thought I may have been in the wrong theater.
Yeah, we're just lame. We're going to movies, I guess. I love it. But, yeah, where is everybody?
Where is everybody? Exactly.
Okay.
Where are they? They're at home. They're at the lake. They're doing cool things. Mm-hmm. And we're just going to the theater.
We're so lame.
I love the theater.
I do, too.
I love it.
However, there were no heated seats last night, and it's a weird first world problem, but...
What?
The way you said that was very... I love the theater.
I love the theater.
The Queen loves the theater.
I just like staying in the air conditioning. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it is nice in the summer.
You ever do one of those theater gyms? Like, I don't know, it's like a Planet Fitness or whatever, and they have the little Gold's Gym where they have the theater and you can get on the bikes and watch a movie that they're presenting to you. That's fun.
Yeah, I've seen
I did that
but I've seen it.
One time. I didn't know that was a thing. I just was, whatever hotel I was staying at for a gig, you got a free, the club had a deal with this gym, and they had it was Batman. I think it was Batman.
You would ride the bike?
Yeah, they had a dark room full of treadmills and bikes.
I like it.
And they showed, it was like movie screen, and they were showing Batman Begins, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to watch a movie on my phone anyway. So it was kind of cool, but it's weird working out in the dark.
Yeah.
It should be illegal.
It's kind of strange.
Really?
What do you mean? That's
I
the
think
best
it's kind
way.
of fun.
Because watching a movie, you're supposed to be relaxed. The director doesn't want people riding a bike while watching his piece of art.
I also tried to think of it from like when I was in there, I was like on the elliptical, and then a lady came in. It was just me and her. And I'm like trying to think of it from her perspective. I'm like, it's already tough to be at the gym as a woman, probably. And now she's in a dark room with a stranger who's like watching Batman Begins. And I'm like, are we technically like on a date right now?
Yeah.
Like, what's
Batman
going on?
Begins. It's that a Christopher Nolan one. Mm-hmm. That's a long one too. So you're on the elliptical for 2.5 hours.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I went in and it was already on, and I just kind of watched whatever portion was on while I was working out. But it kept me on the treadmill longer, I think.
I guess
Heck
so.
yeah. I think
I
it's
like
pretty
that.
cool.
I've always wanted to do.
It's dumb.
I want to do the you watch on a big screen at a pool like Jaws, where you're in the pool with the inner tubes and the
Oh
drinks.
man, they get all pruny.
I
What do
know.
you do?
I sit on the couch.
Well, I'm saying, like, when you run, what do you do?
He doesn't run. Do
If
you
you get on
run?
the elliptical, do you just like stare at the machine?
No, I'll have like
Podcast on?
or I'll have my little phone and I'll watch an episode of something.
Oh,
So it's the exact same thing, just a
Yeah.
smaller screen.
you like the smaller screen and the
I like the
lights.
smaller screen.
I
And
don't
I
think,
like it in
I don't think
That's-
anyone. I don't think I don't think when they made Scrubs, they thought people were going to be on a treadmill watching.
But
it
that's a
either.
half-hour
Yeah.
episode.
This is what directors
What's the
want,
diff?
is to look at the small phone and watch their thing. That's
Of course.
a better version.
Really get the
No.
details.
That's not how you're supposed to take that in. You got to be on the couch or in a reclining seat with a bucket of popcorn.
That's the way I trick myself on the elliptical, so I don't look at the time because it's so boring. It's not fun. So instead of like trying to like be like, oh gosh, 7 minutes in, sucks. I just put a towel over it. I put whatever.
Just go.
I'm like, I'm gonna watch. I'm running for 2 episodes of X-Men '97 or whatever I'm watching.
Just go.
And then it makes it go. It tricks my brain somehow.
Yeah.
Guys,
What?
when we're on the roads this weekend, I want us to watch out for armadillos because apparently armadillos are a problem now.
I agree.
They
and
around.
it's so sad when they're dead.
I'm not going to stand on any roads then.
Yeah, we're having an armadillo problem, apparently. Big article on Fox 2's website. Missouri armadillo sightings increase with warmer weather and cicada surplus. Mm-hmm. Yeah, have you seen dead armadillos on the side of the road?
They're so strange looking. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's like their favorite place to go and pass away.
As temperatures increase and insects such as cicadas rain in the area, it may not be an uncommon sight to see an increase in armadillo sightings, especially along highways. Warmer weather, more insect activity. Armadillo activity is high because they're looking for these insects because they're their primary source for food.
Yeah.
So they're wandering everywhere.
They're running about.
They're running about. And you know what armadillos cause?
Leprosy.
Leprosy.
Yes.
So let's not touch those things.
What are the
Okay.
symptoms of leprosy?
Your body parts start falling off.
Hard
Okay.
shell.
Hansen's disease. Bacterial infection can affect your skin, nerves, eyes, upper respiratory tract. It can also develop at any age. Slow progression, symptoms often taking 5 years to appear. So you don't even know if you got it yet.
Yeah, well, your like hands start falling off.
If left untreated. Permanent disabilities, including.
Then you have to go to like an island.
Blind.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't they still put people on like leper islands?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
Well, that one in Hawaii, there was a famous like place that was a leper colony on an island there in Hawaii, and it looked stunning.
a leper
I'm like,
colony.
maybe it's worth
Listen,
getting. You get to
if
be
I'm
there
gonna have
for free.
leprosy, I want to be in Hawaii.
I want to be around other people with leprosy if I have it. Right?
I don't know. I want to bless other people. I want everyone to experience what I experienced.
St. Louis is coming out of a lighter winter, and armadillo population may be higher as these shelled mammals survive better in milder temperatures. You know, they've been migrating north from Texas.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. The Great Gift of Texas, as they're called.
You know, 25 years ago, there were no armadillos in Missouri, but they're wandering north.
I do enjoy seeing them because they look so different.
Yeah, they're neat, but it is wild. When I was a kid, you'd see them smashing along the highways in Oklahoma, and then somehow they've come all the way up.
Do they
Experts-
roll up in a roly-poly?
I don't know. Experts say when encountering an armadillo, it's best to give it its space. Try not to harass or capture it.
Oh, darn it.
Oh, yeah. They look like a little dinosaur egg when they're all rolled up.
Since armadillos have poor eyesight, they tend to jump straight up when startled, which I would love to see that.
Okay, pull up a video.
So locusts and leprosy have reached Missouri.
It is the end, you guys.
No red flags there.
No. Yeah, end of times, guys.
Nah.
This is
End of
it.
times. Well, and there's a couple videos going viral now about the cicada issue. There's a woman in central Illinois that's mowing her lawn wearing a full beekeeper costume.
My people. We've had enough. Yep.
Like a full beekeeper, head to toe, with the helmet and everything.
So?
Because I guess when she's mowing, the vibrations, the cicadas are swarming.
Right.
And here's a woman from Tennessee who does not shy from her opinions on what to do with cicadas.
We is under attack out here in Tennessee. We is out here fighting for our lives out here in Tennessee, baby. These cicadas have invaded. Like how they said them aliens was coming. It is time to rally the troops. See a cicada, shoot a cicada. I'm talking about see a cicada, stop a cicada.
Wow.
I'm with her.
Couple more weeks, lady. Just a couple
I'm
more
with her
weeks.
as well.
She got me hyped a little bit. That was a good speech.
See a cicada?
Shoot a cicada.
Yeah, that was akin to the president's speech in Independence Day.
It was. It was up there.
Bill Pullman.
That was good.
I feel like she really was rallying the troops. See a cicada, shoot a cicada, see a cicada, stomp a cicada.
Or just have one of your friend's kids pick up a cicada. Because my best friend's daughter she has 20 of them in her hands at all times. She's like
Yeah, 'cause
walking
they're
around.
harmless.
I know.
Yeah, they're
When I left yesterday afternoon, there were like 10 in our lobby.
Yeah, there's still
Those were
on the
listeners,
stairs.
Rafe.
Yeah, I saw some in the stairwell.
They were alive. They were just like buzzing around on the floor, and I was like, I don't know the protocol here.
Yeah, I heard one. I was walking up the stairs and I heard it make a noise, and then I'm like, man, is that in my hair? Where's this at?
Where's it out?
Thankfully, it was not.
Good.
Yeah, there was one in the
I haven't
stairwell
had it in my
buzzing.
hair for like a few days, so it's good.
It was just buzzing, and it was echoing in the stairwell. And it was kind of creepy, I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you. And I did pull out my piece, and just in case.
Well done.
Anybody else get their tennis rackets out and lost it like my friend's husband? Because she sent me a video the other day, and he was just out he didn't know he was being filmed.
Swatting?
Just swatting. He's a tennis player. He just was going ape on these people, on these cicadas.
Listen, I'm just hoping the kids are not turned off from going outside because of these things.
Some are.
Some are, like my daughter. I said, hey, take the dogs out. And she goes, I'm not going out there with the cicadas. I go, they're harmless.
Mm-hmm. She's like, Dad, you're telling people to shoot them.
I'm not. This woman is telling them.
Oh.
And speaking of being outside, summertime, we were free-range kids, weren't we? Summertime, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We were outside all the time.
Oh, yeah. Whether we liked it or not in my house.
Yeah, my mother would be like, get out. Go do something.
Dude.
And I found stuff to do.
Hell yeah. My mom didn't care, dude. It was like when her soap operas came on, you're out. And you're out for she watched all of them. All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital. We're talking a 3 to 4, Guiding Light. That's a 4-hour block of stories.
Knots
Gotta
Landing.
watch my stories.
And dude, if you had to poop, you're in trouble.
Go to the neighbor's house.
You had to become a cagey Southern lawyer to talk yourself back into the house in my house. Like, ma'am, I must appeal to your... I must declare that you let me into your parlor.
Well, there's another video going viral. And this is a Gen Xer, so somebody our age, responding to a video from another person who's younger. And this younger person doesn't understand how Gen Xers at one point, when they were outside, drank out of a hose.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Kids nowadays don't drink out of hoses.
I know.
No immune
It's
system.
unfortunate. No immune system. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got most of my fluoride.
I still remember, and I could shut my eyes and think about the taste, the metallic, weird,
Plastic.
rubbery, metallic taste of water that came out of a hose.
The perfect flow outside of that hose, too. It was like you could just get your lips up to it and just...
Also,
You know?
if you had any school event, they would put ice in one of those orange
The Gatorade
dispenser
buckets.
things. Yeah, and then they would just have the hose.
Fill
They
it up
fill
with
it
the
up
hose.
With the hose.
That was our water.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But on a hot summer day, playing around with the friends outside, there was nothing more refreshing than taking a couple huge gulps from that backyard hose.
It was fun.
It was fun.
So the younger guy, posted this video and asked, Were sinks not an option?
Outside?
Were sinks not an option? This younger kid can't understand why we drank out of hoses because weren't sinks available?
Because we weren't born with a Stanley.
No, the response is no. Sinks were not available to us because we were not allowed in the house.
Yeah, dude.
We were not allowed in the house.
And water bottles didn't exist back then, I feel like.
Nobody had a water bottle.
Nobody had a water bottle. Your dad, who worked at a coal mine, had a Stanley, and that was it.
You're lucky you had like an Army surplus canteen.
A canteen.
Yeah.
With
You weren't like going to be the kid running around town with a canteen strapped to
and
your
you
bike.
know what kind of canteen it was? It was the round one.
The Camelback
That
one.
tasted just like hose water
Yes,
once
it
you
did.
filled it
Yeah.
up.
And it had like cloth in the front, like a multicolored cloth in the front.
They were cool, man.
And it never got washed.
Never got washed.
No,
you don't
no,
wash
no,
those
no,
things
no.
out.
No.
No, you're washing the flavor out of it.
Right.
You really did not get. It was like reverse jail. I remember like hot days wanting to be in the house, and it was just like I'd press my. You're like outside, pressing your nose against the glass, watching your mom inside, and it's like you're pounding it through the glass like reverse jail, but your jail was the outdoors.
Yeah,
because you weren't coming in. You're like, sorry, you're doing a stretch. You're doing a 9 to 12 hour stretch
outside,
and then you can. Then we'll let you back in the house.
It's 4,000 degrees. Can I just come in and play Nintendo for an hour?
No.
Can I get water? Yeah, the hose. So here's a Gen Xer explaining why 80s kids drank hose water.
When y'all are saying that y'all used to drink from the hose,
This is the younger person's. This is the younger person first.
when y'all are saying that y'all used to drink from the hose, were sinks not an option?
Who's going to tell him? You want me to tell him? We weren't allowed in the house. Our childhood was like one never-ending episode of that TV show Survivor. We are indestructible. We've never sat in car seats. Nobody's ever given us swimming lessons. We've all been either shot with a BB gun or stabbed with a dart. The television stations had to make a commercial reminding our parents that they had kids. Every night on the 10 p.m. news, a voice would come on and say, "It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?" Sinks were not an option.
Great point.
Wow, that is awesome.
Great point.
I forgot about that. Yeah, they used to say that.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? And you go,
Oh,
I let them out earlier. And they're not home. Poor Rafe's outside and curled up on the porch in front of the door. Let me in.
I still have to poop. I've always said I thought if it rained, we didn't even. There was like a pavilion at our park in the center of town. If it rained, there'd just be a bunch of town kids huddled under a pavilion that all had to poop because nobody's mom was letting them in the house. Yeah. I've always said, honestly, if kidnappers would have just said they had a toilet in the van, they'd have got half of us.
Even if it
candy
rained,
we were looking for. You know what I mean?
it was a toilet. It was just, even if it rained, we would hang out in somebody's garage.
A porch, screened-in porch.
Sometimes the rain was a reprieve.
Like I could stay inside.
No, just from the heat. At least it'd cool you down. I feel like I was on the Serengeti out there. Like the videos when it starts to rain and the lions put their head up to the sky. That's how it felt in mid-July when you're playing a pickup football game in the blazing sun in the middle of a field.
I mean, my kids will run in from outside and go to the filtered water out of the fridge with a glass. Get outside. There's a hose out there.
Yeah.
But no, this is filtered.
but it's slightly uncomfortable outside, Dad.
Soft, I tell you.
So soft.
Elderly corner.
Yet it's the
Soft.
parents. You don't tell your kids to drink out of the hose. You've never told your kids that.
No.
Right. So this is your
We
fault.
know better.
Well,
No, I know.
Kid's fault.
From now on, kids,
Yeah.
you're drinking outside.
Yeah.
Get.
Because if it was good enough for your old pop, good enough for you. Yeah, build your immunity.
I think it does. I really do.
Yeah.
Build up your immune system. I could still taste it. I could still taste the water. We were all shot with BB guns, right, as kids?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a rite of passage.
I was the youngest cousin. So, yes, I was like the little running bunny or whatever that my cousins would
Not
beat
what
the crap out
not
of me.
an airsoft gun.
No,
You know,
like a
we
real
do here,
deal Red Ryder.
Like a real deal BB gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. I got a practice arrow from a bow. I was tying my shoe, and a buddy managed to shoot it over the house. And where I was tying my shoe, the bow came down and hit me in the back and like knocked the air out of me. I thought I was dead. That thing was brutal.
So no tip.
Yeah, it was just that flat.
It was a
dull
flat
tip.
Still hurts.
Dude, it hurt bad.
He shot it over the house?
I probably went home. What's that?
He
Goodness.
shot it over the house?
Yeah, randomly where I was at tying my shoe, the thing just came down and smacked me right on the back, and then you saw how tough I was because I probably ran home. I don't know.
No, I had a buddy's older brother. I remember being over his house for the first time. We were playing out in the front of the house, and the older brother was sitting at his window, and there was like 5 or 6 of us. And I didn't know that the older brother had a tendency to start picking off kids out in front of the
Sniper.
house. And everybody starts scattering. I go, what's happening? And he shot a BB into my ass. And I'd never felt such a searing pain. And I go, this definitely broke through my jeans for sure. And it did.
And that's why we have an airsoft gun on this show, because we all need to feel little Rizz's pain.
Well, and then, eventually you get your own BB gun. And then you have the rules like, hey, no more than 2 pumps.
Right.
Rafe, you remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
Of the pump BB guns.
I didn't have the pump, man. I wanted that so bad.
Me neither. I had the Red Ryder. I was out there, David and Goliath.
Oh, no, we had the pump. So a bunch of us had the pump ones, and there was a rule.
Of course.
No, like you cannot pump it more than 2 times.
And then as soon as you'd scatter in the woods, all you would hear was clack, 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 clack. And you're like, man, if you get hit with that first one, it might blow a hole through you. There's like 37 pumps happening. You would just hear in the woods, it sounded like cicadas because it was all the kids with the kind that like pumped right here.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm sure all of us have BBs stuck somewhere.
The woods
in our body.
came alive. As soon as you were out of sight of each other, when you'd scatter for BB gun wars, you just hear.
Well, and then when you get hit, you go, dude, that was definitely 5 or 6 pumps. You a-hole.
Yeah.
Like this BB is embedded in my skin, and I'm bleeding.
Yep.
Man.
That was definitely more than 5 or 6 pumps.
Yeah, I am happy to say though, for my birthday this year, my sister and brother-in-law, they got me a Red Ryder BB gun. I was pretty excited.
What?
Yeah.
What are you, 12?
Well, it's fun. I can't shoot anything else in town. That's the only thing you can shoot.
You're shooting off what? Off your back deck?
Yeah, you got to hit.
We got
things.
tin cans.
Tin cans. Pretending I'm going to get a squirrel, but I won't. Like shoot at it, but. Because they're always in the wrong place. If they were in the right spot, I might, but it's too dangerous where they climb at.
Well, you're a man-child. You sure are.
Well, I would. My 22 doesn't work so good in town.
Hey, this is a topic right up our alley. And your kids will love this topic, too. And the kids on TikTok love it as well. The term ghost poop is trending. Ghost poop. Anybody heard of this?
Yeah.
That's...
I'd never heard about this.
We had a video Joey and I, because we used to joke about that, where you go and then it somehow hides underneath the little hole, in the toilet, and you're like, where'd it go? And we made a whole video about haunting.
That's what it is.
A ghost poop.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been on Urban Dictionary for a decade, so it's not a brand new thing, but most people have never heard of it. So what is ghost poop?
It's when
No, go ahead.
when you poop in a toilet and then it's not there.
Yeah.
Because it's all the way down into the bowels already.
It's one of 2 things, or sometimes both. It's when you use the bathroom and then look in the bowl and there's nothing there because it sunk to the bottom and vanished. Or
when you wipe and there's no trace.
Bang.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is the best, right?
When you know you've produced a solid product, but magically there's nothing on the toilet paper when you wipe.
You feel so successful. Like, well, I am completely full of fiber in the best way. My doctor should be so pleased.
Yes. Yes, and people online think it's funny, but also want to know the health implications of a stinker that sinks so fast.
Well, like a torpedo.
And good news, a ghost poop is probably something you should not worry about. Sinking usually means you ate plenty of fiber.
Right on.
And not needing to wipe means just it was well-formed, firm, and easily passed. That's great news, guys.
It is great news.
I had a ghost poop yesterday. It was wearing a sheet.
It was? Like the parents in Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Now, there's a third lesser-used definition. When you think you went, but it was just gas.
Oh. What?
Huh? How is that possible?
I don't know. That one's probably no big deal either.
That's probably not
if
a
it's
health...
every now and then, but if it happens a lot, it could be a sign of IBS or Crohn's.
I'd say that seems like an issue.
But here's a doctor talking about it.
What does this poop mean? If you have this type of poop, you may just be the healthiest person on the planet. And it is the ghost poop, the poop that you look in the toilet, you're like, I'm sure I pooped, but it's gone. Well, it's gone. Why? Because you probably have enough fiber. You even wipe and you're like, I thought I pooped. I don't see anything.
There we go.
It's because you've got that fiber. You've got enough of those essential fatty acids. Your circadian rhythms are in tune with nature, with the light and dark cycle of the day. And you've got that ghost poop.
There we go.
That's cool.
Congratulations, guys.
You save flushing, too. That's great. Just goes right down.
Hey, speaking of, and these are kind of my Friday leftovers here, stories I haven't gotten to this week. There have been reports that North Korea's nuclear program is increasingly sophisticated, but their latest battle tactics are taken straight out of middle school. North Korea is now TPing its neighbor, South Korea.
Oh, yeah, with toxic waste.
No, it's nothing toxic. It's just bags of garbage.
Oh, okay.
So South Korea has been noticing hundreds of balloons flying across the border. Not the high-altitude ones, that China was sending over here. Just massive helium balloons carrying bags of garbage.
It's pretty cool.
The bags of trash are filled with quote-unquote filth. Stuff like dirty toilet paper, manure, soiled rags, scraps of plastic, batteries, random sheets of paper, and other junk.
This is their recycling program in North Korea.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Send it to South Korea, somebody else's problem. And the balloons are littering the trash everywhere. And the contents of the trash are being analyzed by the South Korean government. But it doesn't sound like there's a secret code to solve. And North Korea admits, yeah, we're doing this as a, quote, tit-for-tat action. Yes, they actually used that phrase, tit-for-tat. And North Korean officials say that they're tired of South Korean activists sending propaganda leaflets, food and medicine and radios and USB sticks containing South Korean news and TV dramas over to them the same way with balloons. So they're sending garbage back.
There's Oh, go ahead.
They consider this psychological warfare by scattering, quote, various dirty things near their border areas.
What's nice about South Korea sending it over is that the North Koreans are like, what's all this cool stuff?
No, it's North Korea sending it to South Korea.
I thought they said South Korea sending it back.
No, South Korea is the normal Korea over there.
Okay.
Like, North Korea's totally messed up.
South Korea should send...
Oh, no, now South Korea is sending the dirty stuff back.
Oh, so,
yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
now
they're sending the stuff they
So
collect
now they're
there.
sending the
Trash
stuff
war.
the trash back.
Oh, I was in hopes they were sending their own trash because all of a sudden it's like, whoa, we got technologies, we got all this cool stuff landing in our yard.
There's a great book called Somewhere Inside, and Laura and Lisa Ling from Channel 1, if you remember that in high school.
yeah.
She obviously went on to work for CNN and whatnot. Her sister, Laura, they're both journalists, and her sister was held captive in North Korean prisons.
Yeah.
It is a crazy interesting book and a story about how she got captured by doing some investigating. And the story is absolutely wild. Like, if you're somebody who wants an inside look at, like, what it's like to be captive in North Korean prisons, wild. Somewhere
Is
Inside.
this as nice as they say it?
It's awful.
Oh.
And the story about how, like, I believe it was President Bill Clinton came and got her out of there. Like, it was this whole thing that the U.S. had to do. I don't remember what year it was in. I think it was late 90s or mid 90s, whenever Clinton was president.
It was late 90s.
Incredible story about bringing somebody home and what it would be like to be in a North Korean prison. Wild.
Yeah, somewhere I don't want to be. Oh, by the way, so that the hose lady,
Yeah.
Kelly Bino, she's from St. Louis. Did you know that?
No.
Oh.
The hose lady?
The hose, the audio we played.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Big influencer here in town.
Really?
No.
Very
Didn't know.
cool.
My apologies.
Didn't know.
Look her up.
No.
Didn't know.
Smash that like button.
Yeah.
Where was you guys remember I think it was 94, like the American citizen that was going to get caned? And it was like a big
Singapore.
deal. I was in Singapore.
Singapore.
Was he spray painted or
spray
something?
painted.
Yeah. I couldn't remember where that was.
God, it was Singapore. He wound up getting caned.
Oh, yeah, he did. Raising Cane.
Raising Cane's.
One left.
That man went on.
Oh, God, what was
to
his name?
own Raising Cane's chicken. He turned tragedy into triumph. Made mediocre chicken fingers for all.
He's awesome. Michael Fay.
Michael Fay. The caning of Michael Fay, 1994.
I was buried in my files somewhere. I don't know why you started talking about North Korean prison. I was like,
1994.
Is that what that was?
A court in Singapore sentenced an American teenager, Michael Fay, to be lashed 6 times with a cane for violating the Vandalism Act. This actually caused a temporary strain in relations between Singapore and the U.S.
There was like lobbying to get him out of there that didn't work. Like,
I mean, it was only 6 times.
He had to take his shots.
So 6 times being hit with with a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cool thing is he never got made fun of on the late night shows.
So 6 times being hit with a stick caused an international incident.
That's
But I
awesome.
think they had him in prison for a while.
So he was arrested
He couldn't leave.
He was arrested for until he got caned.
Right.
He was arrested for stealing road signs and vandalizing 18 cars over a 10-day period in September of 1993. He pled guilty, but he later claimed that he was advised that such a plea would preclude caning and that his confession was false, that he never vandalized any cars, and that the only crime he committed was stealing road signs. Although caning is a routine court sentence in Singapore, Fay's sentence garnered controversy and was widely covered in the media in the U.S., as it was believed to be the first judicial corporal punishment involving an American citizen.
Yep.
The number of cane strokes in Fay's sentence was ultimately reduced from 6 to 4 after
nice
U.S.
of him.
officials requested leniency. And the sentence was carried out on May 5th, 1994.
May we never forget.
Cinco de Mayo. Guy got caned on Cinco de Mayo.
Cano.
What a bummer.
It's a terrible day to celebrate.
So, and the story goes, in September of 93, 67 cars were vandalized in various neighborhoods of Singapore. And we're talking damage, including spray painting, being pelted with eggs. At least one windshield was smashed. Singapore police arrested 2 teenagers who were driving a car similar to the one that witnesses had described as being involved in the vandalism. During questioning, the 2 gave 7 names, all male students from the Singapore American School and ISS International School, whom police tracked down and raided. They found about 50 stolen items, including a telephone booth and road signs. They stole a whole telephone booth.
Wow. Do you think any of them did this again?
Fay was one of the kids. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of vandalism, referring to 2 cars that were spray painted in a car park in mid-September, 2 counts of mischief, and 1 count of keeping 16 stolen items. And then he later claimed that he'd been intimidated and threatened during the police interrogation and maintained that he'd been advised that such a plea would preclude caning and that his confession was false, that he never vandalized any cars, blah, blah, blah. Describing the caning day, Fay said that he did not know the time he did not know the time had come for punishment when he was taken from his cell. He said he was bent over a trestle so his buttocks stuck out. With his hands and feet buckled to the structure, he was naked except for a protective rubber pad fixed to his back. In case I guess they missed.
Oh.
The flogger, a doctor, and prison officials were also present. He said the caner walked sharply forward 3 steps to build power. They go, "Count 1." You hear them yell it really loud.
Damn.
And a few seconds later, they come. I guess I would call it charging at you with a rattan cane. He noted that a prison officer guided him through the ordeal, saying, "Okay, Michael, 3 left. Okay, Michael, 2 left. Okay, 1 more. You're almost done." He reported that when the 4th stroke was delivered, he was immediately unbuckled from the trestle and taken to a cell to recover. The caning, which he said took about 1 minute, left a few streaks of blood running down his buttocks, and 7 weeks later left 3 dark brown scar patches on his right buttock and 4 lines, each about a ½ an inch wide, on his left buttock. He said the wound hurt for about 5 days, after which they itched as they healed. First couple of days, it was hard to sit, but he said he was able to walk after the caning.
My God.
The guy took a crow hop before he whacked him. Huh?
Yeah.
That's some serious biz there.
And then they let him go.
All right.
Released from prison in June of 94, returned to the States and lived with his dad. And
So it's
that was
probably
the caning of Michael Fay.
more of the prison sentence then.
I guess so. Not the caning itself.
Yeah, because It's like,
I mean, if he vandalized 18 cars.
that's a pretty nice sentence because it's way better than spending, $10,000 to pay out or something.
Well, they don't mess around over there in Singapore when it comes to, right, you can't chew gum there. There's a penalty for, I guess, chewing gum and putting it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, they don't mess around. They want their country clean.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I do. Yeah, Moon's talked about that because he's played concerts there, and you can't say certain things. You can't. You just have
take
to
it
be on your
seriously.
best behavior. Yeah. No spray painting.
I mean, if you were facing 6 months in jail, and they were like, or you can get caned.
Caning all day.
You're taking the caning,
Of
right?
course.
What about money? What if they're like 20 grand?
Or 6
caning?
months in jail.
You get 3 options: 6 months in jail, $50,000, or caning.
Caning.
Weird scenario.
Six.
No, I would take. You wouldn't take 50 grand over jail and a caning, or you have to pay 50.
You have to
to
pay
pay.
50 grand.
Oh hell no!
Fine.
50 grand to get out, 6 months in jail, or how many lashes?
He said he was beaten for a minute. How many minutes?
4
He took
Got 4 lashes,
He took
took about a
4
minute.
lashes. Took
4
about a
hits.
minute.
Whack whack whack.
You get repeatedly hit. There's 2 guys with 2 canes, and they're just they're going back and forth. So
For how long?
Yeah,
for
they
90
shove 'em up
minutes.
your
For
butt,
no, I'm sorry,
apparently.
90
90
seconds.
minutes.
90 seconds. You're getting beat hard. You're like scar tissue on your ass forever.
Or 50 grand?
You have to pay 50 grand, or it's 6 months in jail.
I'm probably taking the lashing.
You?
Your buttock will never be the same.
You figure, okay, so
crack on it.
if 4 took a minute from one dude,
Yeah,
2 dudes.
so you figure 8
you guys are getting in the weeds here.
plus another 4, so you're thinking probably 12 lashes.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I don't know. In this scenario where I'm being beat to hell by 15 canes and
No,
I'm
2
probably
canes.
going to jail, but like
2 canes, 90 seconds.
2 canes?
90
How about the
seconds.
actually no new rules,
The rapper 2 Chains is going to hit you with 2 canes.
2 canes, 90 seconds.
and you
During
have
a
to do a
hurricane.
month of jail. You still have to do jail time, and you get your ass beat,
What?
or you pay 50 grand. What are you doing?
This is just you're just changing the scenario so much.
I know.
In Singapore jail,
Yep.
I'm probably paying 50 grand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't even follow the thing anymore.
I don't know where we are.
You get
Apparently we're in
chained, and then you
Singapore.
go to jail for a month,
Well, then there's no payoff for getting caned. You're still going to jail.
right? Or would you pay 50 grand to get out of both of those options?
I don't know. It depends on how severe the caning is. It seems
You
like
just
it's
heard
getting-
how it was.
Well, it's been growing. Every time every volley, it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah,
So
just 30 minutes of solid caning.
Yes,
Yeah.
30 minutes.
they roll you up in a rug and they beat you for 4 days.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is 6 months in jail, 4 whacks with a cane. I'm probably taking the cane.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm of course everybody's taking the cane.
Give me
There's
the
people
cane.
that wouldn't.
For 4 lashes? He said it lasted a minute and he couldn't sit for a day.
Well, I think there's a subsect of people who would.
Well, yeah, you people
Wouldn't
out
do
of your mind.
I think that's the safest thing that could happen in prison to your bottom. So I'd rather
Yes.
take that.
A
Yeah.
caning, yes. Mm-hmm. That's it. Here's another thing that's making its rounds on the internet. Somebody polled people on Reddit and asked if women should be allowed to go topless at places like water parks and beaches this summer.
This is the chat every
It's
year.
summertime,
No, this country is way too prude. So no, we can't handle it.
but
Go to Europe.
Not can't handle it. Should women be allowed to go topless at places like water parks and beaches?
Yeah.
Should.
Yeah. Men have nipples. We see your nipples all day long. And for whatever reason,
Eyes up here.
our breasts are more offensive. I'm free the nipple. I'm pro boob. Get over it. You have a boner now. Cool. Get over it. After a year or 2 of this, it would be normalized just like it is in Europe or wherever. Germany, go over there. Topless beaches are the norm. Parents are naked in front of their kids at the beach. Like Heidi Klum was just on a podcast talking about this, how she grew up in Germany. And so she is constantly topless at her home where she's raising her kids with Seal. and she's like, her kids are like, Mom, please put your top on. Like, our American friends are coming over.
We had a friend that was Greek, and his mom used to answer the door topless.
See?
It's amazing.
He was always leaving toys at that house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we can handle it. I mean,
Hey,
obviously we can't.
somebody
There's
want to go see
outrage.
if Stavros could come out and play wiffle ball?
Oh, hey,
Everybody's hand
Judy.
went up.
Hey,
I'll
Mrs.
go.
Johnson.
I'll go.
It's midnight. Oh, my bad.
Hello, Mrs. Mykonos. Is Stavros there?
Oh, let me get him.
Well, what do you think the internet said?
No.
I want Scott's opinion. Should women go topless at water parks and beaches?
I say yes.
Yeah.
But also, I just feel bad for kids. Well, actually, I don't. But kids will just be hungry all the time. They're going to see a lot of food walking around. But no, I don't know. We're at a weird point where it's one of those that I do feel we don't understand how to respect other people enough. I don't know if we could behave
We can,
in
yeah.
this culture. Because I don't think the respect levels are so low.
Amber makes a great point. She says we aren't mature enough to handle even women breastfeeding in public.
It'll take a couple summers for people to get used to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it'd be a
I
culture
think we-
change.
Could get used to that, but I don't know.
it. But what's going to happen?
Nothing's going to happen.
It just. So let's say today, like, oh my God, the law just passed. Women could be topless at beaches and Six Flags Hurricane Harbor.
Men are going to lose their minds for a couple weeks. You guys go, oh my God, there's areola everywhere. I can't handle this. That's what it's going to sound
I
like.
can guarantee you,
Again,
every day will be sold out at Six Flags.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we're going to be healthier.
Everybody's going to be outside into the
This
beach.
guy in the trench coat won't get off the tidal wave.
And the women are going to be weird. I mean, I would, if it was like, hey, you can be topless now, like mowing your yard. Cool. I would do it. And then I would feel weird a couple of times, but then it would normalize. It would all even out.
You don't think women are going to feel weird with other women topless around them?
No, we see each other's breasts. We are part, like, we change in front of each other. It's not weird. You go to the gym. Like, when I was going to Lifetime, women were walking around naked. And it was totally, you just try not to stare or be weird. You just hang.
I don't think it's that cut and dried. Again, I'll reiterate my point that I don't think men are stopping this movement. I don't know, a lot of dudes are like, well, we wouldn't want to go topless. Even if it's gross and pervy, I don't think dudes are like, no way. The only thing, I think there's jealousy both ways. I think that's the problem. I think like a dude wouldn't like other guys looking at his wife's jugs, and vice versa. I think women wouldn't like
They're men.
a woman with
looking
a nice pair of knockers walking by at the pool and seeing their husband taking a peek. So I think that is feeding the beast from both sides. Because I don't think if you took a vote, if all women would vote for it, then that's 50% of the population. You just need one guy to cast a vote for boobies, and I would cast it so it would pass. So there's got to be some women out there giving it the thumbs down. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think that's because the men are looking. Those women are going, oh, I'm not into this because my man is going to be a weirdo.
That's what I'm
at the
saying.
pool. But that's because men are driving that vibe. Like
That's
everybody
not.
could-
I can't control your jealousy. That's a you thing. That's on them. That's on the woman. If you don't like other women's breasts being out in front of me, that's on you. It's either free the nipple or don't. You don't get to split hairs.
Well, free the nipple. Let's find out.
Obviously the argument is, well, men could do it, so why can't women? And the argument against it is it's not appropriate, especially with kids around. And would it break up a lot of marriages? I don't know.
But it is appropriate in other places. So you go to Europe, it's an entirely normal thing. So it's just it's a culture thing. American culture is different.
Yeah, I also love, and I'm not saying it to you, but I love some of the arguments of like, oh, well, they do it in Europe, so it must be.
No, it is me. I am having that argument.
No, I'm just saying, I'm a blanket, not just in this.
That's the old country.
Not
dude.
just in this, and not just in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, well, they do it in Europe, so it must be sophisticated.
Yeah.
Well, not everything in Europe is the best.
Sure.
There's a reason we left the monarchy.
Right.
Heck yeah.
Not everything in Europe is the best.
No.
I'm for it.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Thank you. Well, I'll tell you what the people said. What do you think? How do you think the people voted?
They voted no.
Yeah, I'll say half. Men, yes. Women, no.
75% think it's fine.
Oh, wow.
Way
Think
to
it
go,
should be an
America.
option for men and women. Now, just remember, this is on Reddit, so you got a lot of younger people.
Okay.
A lot of the prudes are not going to Reddit. Trust me. No, we've been to, a bunch of different countries where topless is fine at the beach. And at first, like, whoa, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like anything else.
Yeah.
It doesn't take as long as you think either. Trust me. I went on the Tammy cruise. I was immune to boobs by day 2. Like I didn't even register anymore. There were so many boobies out everywhere. I think people would adjust faster than you think.
Yeah.
Because once they're everywhere,
they lose all meaning.
You lose the mystique.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, they do lose. Yeah, they lost some of its shine.
It's just getting to the point of deciding we're all going to take them out. And we got to commit to it.
Yeah, and you know what?
We do it over Labor Day weekend by Tuesday.
No, I think it may take a couple summers.
I don't think it'll take that long.
This is just like hey, I'm going to be behind this door, and whatever happens, if I'm screaming, if I'm yelling, don't open up the door. Things are going to be happening here, and whatever, we just got to get through it. Don't open the door.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's fine, women. Have your cans out wherever you want.
You heard Rizz.
Wherever you want.
We're down.
No matter what happens, we got to stick to our guns. No pun intended. We got to stick to our guns. And after a little while, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay.
It's going to be great, you guys.
It's going to be okay.
So if that does pass, how long will it be till the fellas want to free the...
Free the dong.
Free the dong?
Yeah, I don't know. I hopes that doesn't happen.
Free the dong. Is anybody here a member of the Mile High Club?
No. Like
the Virgin Club.
Having relations in the sky?
Relations at 30,000 feet?
No.
I wish.
I don't want to get it on in the airplane bathroom. It's just smelly in there.
And here's my thinking. How are you going to get away with it? Like, I've been on plenty of planes, and plus, when I get on a plane, I'm not all horned up. That's probably the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
Headline, New York Post, flying has gotten so depressing that no one wants to join the Mile High Club anymore.
Wow.
All right, let's talk about this.
Journalism right now.
Nobody even wants to join the Mile High Club.
We really are in a depression.
Yeah. This is where we are.
Man,
this is where we are.
It's
And listen, the first line of this article, people are ready to take off, but should you get off? Now, joining the Mile High Club may seem maybe easier to get into than most organizations. But it may not be worth the bragging rights. The Mile High Club, the nickname for the group of people who have had sexual intercourse while in flight, seems to be losing its sexy status. Now think about this, and this is one of these flight attendants who are quoted in this article. This woman actually wrote a book called Cruising Altitude Tales of Crash Pads, Crew Drama, and Crazy Passengers at 35,000 feet. Flights are full, bathrooms are smaller, less space on board, passengers are more stressed out than ever, so nobody's feeling sexy. Nobody's walking on board and going, let's get it on.
Right.
At least I've never had a tingle in my dingle.
No.
Walking onto a Frontier Airlines flight.
I would 1,000% do it if the opportunity presented itself.
I just don't think the opportunity is there anymore.
Well, that's where the flight attendants are now.
Yeah, now the bathrooms, the flight attendants are sitting right next to them.
I feel like the flight attendants would be the ones that would be down.
That's the only way I think you're getting it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the only way.
You got to have flight attendants that are cool.
That's right.
And willing.
Yeah, because you're getting off on the next stop, and so they're not going to see you again. So let's go into the.
You got to have
bathroom
cool. You
closet.
got to have cool flight attendants.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, if you guys, or you got to make. But we start tipping flight attendants, because I know that's been on the table, right? Then you start talking about like, hey, I'm gonna give you a big old fat tip, and me and my lady are gonna.
Yes.
We're gonna go in there for a minute.
Okay, so there's the Mile High Club, but do you know anybody that's actually done it on a commercial flight?
No.
I don't know.
We hear about this. We
yeah.
hear about this Mile High Club. I don't know anybody.
Besides my great-great-grandmother, I don't know if I know
you don't know
anyone.
anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that on a commercial airline, on a commercial airline flight. I don't know a single person.
I'd like somebody to email in, RizzShow@1057thepoint.com if you have been in the Mile High Club and tell your story to us. Because, yeah, I feel like it's a myth. I don't think that people actually get it on like we think they do.
Yeah, I think
I've
it
heard
has
stories.
happened.
Yeah.
Private jet, I'm sure it's happened all
Private
the
jet,
time.
yes. Like, in this article, they say plenty of celebrities, have claimed to have joined the Mile High Club, like Drew Barrymore and Christina Aguilera. Recently boasted about their memberships and encouraged others to sign up. Drew Barrymore says, if you're curious, like, why are people doing it? I'm telling you, elevation, it feels different. I can't recommend it more. Sorry, FAA. Yeah, I'm assuming you were on a private plane.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. A little easier.
Kim Kardashian posted a picture from her bedroom on her private plane. It's so cool. I'm just like, can you imagine having billions of dollars and having a little bedroom on a plane in the sky? That's luxury,
Yes, it is.
Somebody says, in the military, made the Mile High Club in my helicopter. Okay, cool.
Good question, Cody. Is there a Mile Low Club, like a submarine sex?
Maybe.
Wait a second.
That freaks me out, man.
Going
No
down.
thanks at all.
Were you flying the helicopter?
He says, don't say his name.
I'm
He
not.
says, I was in the military and made the Mile High Club in my helicopter.
Wait.
Were you flying it? Like, give me the...
Hi?
I need some more information on that.
Now with everybody with phones, by the way, you two people walk out of the bathroom, those phones are up.
Mm-hmm. And it's just smelly in there.
Although it's gross. The airplane bathrooms are tiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, there's barely room for one. I think the Mile High Club is not real.
Me too.
Yeah,
This is the greatest conspiracy.
It's your girlfriend that goes to another school
I don't
for
think
adults.
it's real. It's not real.
I think 90% of people will lie about it. Let's say they.
I think 99% are lying. I'll go 99%.
But I mean, I don't know, dude. I have friends though. There are those couples that don't give a rip, dude. Like I have two friends that we went to a bar and they were banging behind the pinball machine at a bar, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, they love it. Some people
no,
like
and that's
that.
fine, and that's way more believable. Banging it out.
But I'm
in
saying they
in
don't
a
care if they
bar.
get kicked out. You know what I mean? Like,
It's the sky is different. There's legalities too.
Yeah, it's expensive.
what are they?
What are they?
What are the charges you're going to face for boning in the sky?
Okay, I actually have that. Depends. The legality
Okay.
of having sex in an airplane depends on factors such as the country of registration of the aircraft, operating airline, as well as the country the aircraft is flying over.
Let's just say the United States. Domestic flight. What's the U.S. going to do? Do we know? Is there a punishment? Is it just like the airline might not let you fly again? You get banned from that airline? Can you get on a no-fly list? I'm curious. What are you risking?
Well, let's say, okay, so...
Some people would like to get caught or don't
It says
care about that.
there isn't a specific law in the United States explicitly forbidding sexual activity on aircraft.
But, okay, so you will be in violation of an airline's conduct policies. If your attempt to join the Mile High Club disrupts other passengers or interferes with the flight crew, that is seen as illegal and can come with a fine or even going to jail. But now do you want to be banned from an airline?
No.
No. I just don't think it's a real thing.
No.
Yeah, and I think you're right, because who's really thinking about that when they're on a plane? You're kind of ready for the next, you're going somewhere, you're thinking about this, you got work you're doing, I don't know.
And you want to bang it out when you
relaxing
get to your
place.
destination. I've never been horned up on a plane and we got to do this right now. It's
right now.
Let's get to California. That's the fantasy is the
I guess
destination.
When we go through TSA, though, it gets you a little excited.
Gets you excited. Take your shoes off.
I don't know. I bet there's some people doing it in their seats, too. Not full-on sex, but I bet there's some...
Yeah, a couple, something, got the blanket over you.
Yeah, I bet there's some hanky-panky going on in there.
Yes.
Does that count?
Oh, there's Emirates.
Does that count? That may count.
Does that count?
I think it'd be hot to if you had enough money to get on those Emirates flights where you have your own little pod.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's different.
Yeah, I think if you have any kind of privacy.
I'm talking, and you know what I'm talking about, 2 people in an airplane bathroom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of Mile High Club that I, in my head, I'm thinking of. And there was a recent video, I think, of a flight of 2 people being caught in there.
Weren't they going to Cancun or something?
They're going to somewhere. The whole plane erupted in applause. And
that's the other issue I think people face nowadays. They're like, well, if we go in there and someone gets wind of it, the whole plane is going to be filming us.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, everybody's got a phone.
It's not worth it.
Although to be on the internet for that, not terrible.
Cool flex.
I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, cool flex, actually. Yeah. Again, I'm not, but again, there's this article in the Post saying, joining it is not really a thing anymore.
Membership is
Flying
down.
is way less sexy. Way less sexy.
Thanks a lot.
All right, we got to move on. But first, and the Team Rizz Member of the Day is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of the St. Louis Battlehawks. Find all the cacas at hotshotsnet.com. From Florissant, Missouri, Garrett Rumpf is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Garrett has been a listener of the Rizz Show since October of 2016. Very specific. Never misses an episode of the show. He also revisits older episodes that often feature Jeff's voice prominently. Appreciates that the Rizz Show keeps him up to date on what the current news is and trending topics and porno birthdays. Loves the current lineup of the show and looks forward to meeting the crew at future Rizz Show events. Garrett Rumpf from Florissant is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get the super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we will take a break. We'll come back. We'll crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. And I tell you what, going into the 6 o'clock hour this morning, it was a tie.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Like we had a tie for the winner, but the tie has been broken officially. So we do have an official Craigslist Freak of the Week.
Wow. This is the closest one we've probably ever had, right?
Oh, 100%. And we'll crown the winner. We'll let you know who won. Who's moving on to the next round after the break, and we'll get into crap on celebrities. It's 7-Eleven. It is Friday. Traffic and weather. Lern coming at you.
And it's brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more is happening alongside the NASCAR Cup Series this weekend, tomorrow and Sunday. Get your tickets at www.raceway.com. We have an accident northbound 270 at 370. The 2 right lanes are closed there. Also, southbound 270 just before Dorset, a stall in the right lane. Your weather today, it's going to be kind of increasing with clouds, high of 81. Rain making our way into this evening and going to be with us tomorrow, but Sunday looks all right. Your low tonight will be 64, and it's 65 degrees at 7-Eleven.
It's like Blink-182.
Yeah.
Good to go? All right, we are very, very excited about this one tonight. I have to tell you this, Amy Lee. Amy Lee from Evanescence.
Hi.
Peabody Opera House show tonight. So it was so great when we announced this particular show because it was almost like a firework that went off twice. Because people were like, oh, Evanescence is coming back, and they'd be excited. And then, oh, it's with an orchestra. Ooh, you know what I mean? People were so excited about this and playing this beautiful Peabody Opera House. It's the perfect place for it. You've got to play some pretty great venues.
Men's health. Let's talk about it, boys. It's Friday. It's payday. Take a little slice of the old paycheck and invest in your health. Go to victorymenshealth.com right now and schedule yourself an appointment at one of their 4 locations. There's one in Town and Country that we all go to. There's one in East O'Fallon, Illinois, and Missouri. And also a brand spanking new, still got that new Victory Men's Health smell down in Sunset Hills. It just opened in February. So wherever you are, there's got to be one near you. Now, the thing I like about Victory is they hound me. They check up on me, man. I get texts from them. They're always asking me how I'm feeling, how my treatment's going. Am I sticking to the plan? They have me come in for these in-body scans. They measure my bone density, my skeletal mass, my fat, my BMI. They tell me what's going on with my body. They track my progress, and they show me through science that the treatment is working, that the things that I'm doing, that the diet and the exercise and the vitamins and all of these things are changing my body composition. So the proof is in the pudding, man, and they are just as invested in your health as you are. So don't wait. I know we live in the Midwest where dudes tend to work and grind themselves down and provide for their families and not really take care of themselves. But what better gift can you give to your family than you feeling good, having the energy to go do things, hang out with your kids this summer, be a better husband, be a better father, be a better brother, be a better son, whatever. Go to Victory Men's Health, and they will get you feeling like you did 10, 15, maybe even 20 years ago. For more information, go to victorymenshealth.com. That's victorymenshealth.com.
All right, it's Rizz. It's Jeff Burton backstage at Point Fest with Eric and Jeff from Stone Temple Pilots.
All right, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
You seem like you're like a morning radio show where you're all
A
amped
lot
up
of-
on caffeine.
Did you know I do a morning radio show?
do?
Yeah.
All right.
And a lot of cocaine.
Yeah. Hey,
Good morning. Actually, good afternoon. Hi.
it's kind of morning. That's why
To
I'm
me,
commenting
yeah.
on that. Yeah.
So how have the shows been so far? I mean, Jeff's the new guy. So what hazing has been going on, or any?
Did you ever see Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bars of soap and
Yeah.
socks.
No, we haven't been doing that. But I just wondered if you saw the movie.
Of course I did.
It's a great movie.
He's just a big fan of the movie.
I thought we were going to talk about Stanley Kubrick today because that.
Oh, we
you know,
can.
yeah,
We can. What do you want to know?
Oh, just how great he was.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. No, seriously, no hazing. We don't do any of that stuff still.
No,
Or are we too
he's-
old for that?
We're not never too old for that. It's,
You're just not talking about it, is what it
yeah.
is.
Well, no, and he's doing such a great job. So.
He is.
Yeah.
He is fantastic. And
Yeah.
one of the things about being the new guy, and I've been the new guy before, talk about reaction from the fans, reaction from everybody else being that new guy.
Yeah, ultimately, that's not even up to me, so it's not something I can really control. All I can really control is going out there and just presenting STP at the best of my ability, which is all I really try to do. I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. Just try to go up there and do the songs justice and do them the way they made me feel when I heard them, growing up and through my musical journeys. Listening to Stone Temple Pilots had a huge influence on me. So.
Who did you listen to growing up?
Oh man, Simon and Garfunkel, Gordon Lightfoot, the Carpenters. My dad's record collection was very instrumental in my songwriting and my base of where I started from. And then as I got older and was in bands, I was always the guitar player. I never wanted to be the center of attention. It's funny how that works out, but. It was when Core came out. It was the same year that was the year I put down the guitar for a whole year and didn't pick one up, and all I did was concentrate on vocals. And it wasn't because of them, but it just happened to be that same time, and front men like Scott and people like that, and just seeing how that worked and how great it was. And I'm like, you know what? That's what I want to do.
So what's great is he was just mentioning his influences and when he was growing up with Simon Garfunkel and Gordon Lightfoot, and then you throw in Fleetwood Mac, Elton John, stuff that was pop in the 70s. When I was a kid, it was more of a singer-song.
Schnucks is doing with the Cardinals. Now, if the Cardinals hit a home run, you get a free donut the next day at Schnucks. There was no Cardinal game yesterday, so no free donuts today, but there's a game tonight. And if a Cardinal hits a home run tonight, then Saturday, tomorrow, you'll be able to get a donut for free at Schnucks. It's donuts for dingers, and it's every single game for the rest of the season. So when you're watching the game and you see a Cardinal home run, you know that you could go to Schnucks the next day for a free, freshly made donut. And here's what you have to do. All you have to do is clip the digital coupon in the Schnucks Rewards app the next morning. So make sure you got that app ready to go, downloaded, because you have to hurry. It's while supplies last. And if you're an iPhone user like me, it's simple. Just go to the App Store, just search Schnucks, and it's right there. You already know that Schnucks has the best donuts in town, so you already know that it tastes better, especially when they're free. Donuts for dingers when the Cardinals hit a home run, only in the Schnucks Rewards app. Is our guest on the phone?
There's some guy named Bert on the phone.
Oh.
Bert.
Hopefully
That's the guy who's supposed to be calling, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, Bert Kreischer on the phone.
Hey, man.
That was well played, gentlemen. That was well played.
Well, we're expecting a call from Bert Cummings, too, so we're not sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
You know, it's funny. I told my son yesterday, I was like, hey, I have one of my favorite comedians on the show tomorrow. He goes, awesome, you have Kevin Hart on. I go, damn it.
My daughters and I
saw Jumanji, the first one, for the first time. And I was like, I got out and I was like, God, I want to like text Kevin and tell him how great that movie was. And they're like, Kevin who? I said, Kevin Hart. And they go, you know Kevin Hart? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, Dad, come on. You don't have to lie to us. I was like, no, I know Kevin Hart. They're like, Dad, how would he know a guy like you? I was like, you know he's a comedian, right? And they're like, yeah, but he does, like, big shows. I'm like, oh, my God.
Do your kids think you're cool?
No, not at all. Not even remotely. Not even remotely.
Really? So, I mean, you have a lot of very famous friends, and they're not impressed?
Well, first of all, my daughter's not a friend. My oldest daughter's not a huge fan of Joe Rogan's. She's a little woke. And so our sensibility, what makes us giggle, offends my oldest daughter.
Oh, no,
my youngest daughter's clueless. She doesn't it just, they have no clue at all. Like, they're, by the way, they're just, maybe you don't want your kids to think you're cool. I don't know. I thought my dad was a badass, but they think I'm an idiot.
But they know their dad has a cool job. They know, their dad is a comedian, doesn't go to an office. Every day.
Well, you know what they know is that the boy.
AntonsHVAC.com, ANTONSHVAC.com. These are the people that have really, truly saved me as the leader of my household because I had a house that was, shall we say, inefficient. I had my son always complained that his room was too hot. My daughter's room was always too cold. It just was not an efficient household until I called Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy experts. They did this energy audit, and they really are focused on total home comfort, total indoor comfort, making sure that every aspect of my house is working in sync with one another, and all the efficiencies that I can get out of my household are lined up. The tech was in there for 5 minutes and already had some suggestions that A, saved us money, and B, made the home much more comfortable. I've had replacements done and repairs done, so they've got everything covered. They save you time, they save you money. Let them help with total indoor comfort for your home. Call them today. AntonsHVAC.com. Tell them Moon sent you. ANTONSHVAC.com.
Joined by Seether. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you, and thank you for being here with us. The first thing I want to bring to your attention, and I'm sure that you guys don't keep track of this because you have way bigger things to do, but this is your 6th Point Fest, all right? Out of the 30-some-odd that we've done, you've done 6 of them. Not to mention birthday shows, Christmas shows.
Picture of Sinbad from the Netflix is a joke.
Oh, good.
I guess there was like a big group picture taken. Sinbad was in the picture.
Mm-hmm. How do you look?
Not great. I think he's in a wheelchair.
Oh.
He just had an appearance.
Oh, so he's back on stage?
He's like walking with a cane.
Oh, good.
It looked like he was in a wheelchair in the picture.
I mean, I think he was like an award show or something. I saw a TikTok or
because he had a couple strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a two-timer. He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot.
I like him, yeah.
All right, welcome back to the Rizz Show. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RiZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. All right, Craigslist Freak of the Week. We'll crown the winner here in just a moment. Crap on celebrities. Friday Fail Stories, Rafe's E-memorium. Our buddy Chris Kerber stopping by to talk about a blues trivia night. An official blues trivia night coming up, I think, on June the 12th.
Nice.
It's it's something they've never done before, the blues. So trivia night coming up on June the 12th, and Chris will give us all the details.
And answers.
Yes, thank you. But without further ado, it's time to crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. So yesterday, Lern read 3 brand new ads, and I tell you what, going into the show was a tie. So one of the closest competitions, if not the closest competition we've ever had as far as Craigslist Freak of the Week in the history of us doing this. But I guess a couple last-minute votes, and boom, we got a winner. So here's how it all shook out. One of these ads moving on to the Freak of the Year playoffs. In third place with 17.9% of the vote, it was nominated number 2, Harry Hoosweenie. And this is the gentleman who is looking for a couple to be assistants in his triple X rated magic show.
To be spit roasted, one of you.
Yes. Yes. Indeed. So, Harry Hoosweenie in third place with 17.9% of your vote. In second place, your runner-up, just barely missing out, with 40.7% of the vote, it was Teddy Cuxman. Teddy Cuxman. This is the couple looking for plushie toys because the gentleman likes to use the stuffed animal for the grand finale when they're having sex.
Girlfriend's really into it.
Our girlfriend's really into it, looking for new stuffed animals. And ladies and gentlemen, your official Craigslist Freak of the Week with 41.4% of your vote. Moving on to the Freak of the Year playoffs. It was nominee number 3, Gene Even Wilder.
The Candy Factory, man for woman, 53 years old, London. I've always dreamed of being Willy Wonka. Want to tour my chocolate fudge factory? I need your help to make my dream come true. You'll be the winner of a golden ticket. You will be like the chubby child who falls into my chocolate river. You have to have a big bust and wear no clothes. On the tour of the factory, you will jump in my pool of fudge. It will be so exciting to see you take a big dunk. Yes, this is my personal fudge. It's sweet. I've been saving up for a while and even bought manure to help get this river filled. I cannot swim, or I'd get in the fudge too. And if you're lucky, I'll clean you off with the golden waterfalls. Please send picture. Also, please no visible scars.
There you go, Gene Even Wilder.
Congrats, buddy.
Congrats.
Wow.
Moving on to the Freak of the Year playoffs, and we appreciate all your votes. We got to start planning out the playoffs.
Yes.
They'll be coming up soon.
Into summer.
Yeah, Midsummer. The Midsummer Classic is what they call it.
They call it.
They call it the Midsummer
Sponsored.
Classic. The Freak of the Year playoffs.
Sponsored by the St. Louis Blues.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Midsummer Classic. And 32 freaks going at it, and one will reign supreme. Hey, this is a headline. Ticketmaster reportedly suffers data breach, compromising info from 560 million users.
Golly.
No. Right after all this news, too, about Live
It's
Nation
good for
and
them.
Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster has suffered an apparent data breach, putting more than 500 million users' personal info at risk, according to multiple news outlets. A notorious hacker group called Shiny Hunters claimed to have breached personal data from 560 million Ticketmaster users, according to a website called HackRead, who first reported on the cyber attack. 1.3 terabytes of information, which include full names, addresses, payment details, and more, then been put up. So all that information has been put up on the dark web for sale.
Son of a bee.
Cool.
So it's for sale for the bargain, low price of $500,000. You could buy for $500,000. You could buy all this user data.
500 million users. Cool.
Wow.
Ticketmaster and its parent company, Live Nation, have not confirmed the alleged cyber attack and did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
Change your passwords, people.
Despite no official confirmation from the company, authorities in Australia from the Department of Home Affairs say they're aware of the incident and we're working with Ticketmaster. I guess this Shiny Hunters group, they've already hacked Microsoft in the past, AT&T. Yeah, this is all with Ticketmaster now facing this class action lawsuit over, I guess, we're trying to break up Ticketmaster and Live Nation.
Right.
If security breaches, if it's confirmed, would be the latest blow to the live venue ticketing company, according to this article. So,
Yeah, keep on your bank account.
Cool.
Monitor that stuff. Change your password. I don't know what else we can really do.
I mean, because, yeah, with this, the AT&T one just happened. All of us, our info is probably sold everywhere out there. It's so annoying. Time to go off grid, I guess.
yep, time to go off the grid. Back to Shell Bynum. All right, today is May the 31st. Bank of the day, 165 years ago, 1859. Big Ben, the world's most famous clock, was completed in London and went into operation above the British Parliament. 154 years ago, 1870, Professor Edward J. de Smet. I'm saying that wrong. Edward J. de Smet of New York City patented his new invention, asphalt.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Good name, too.
Thank you. The United States has more than 2.8 million miles of paved roads and highways, and 94% of those surfaces are done with asphalt. 48 years ago, 1979, or 76, I'm sorry, The Who headlined a concert in England and became the Guinness Book of World Records loudest rock band ever. Their set measured at 126 decibels, which is as loud as a gunshot.
Dang.
34 years ago, 1990, Seinfeld debuts on NBC. Took a couple seasons to take off, but it's now regarded as one of the greatest TV shows of all time. 24 years ago, the year 2000, the first episode of Survivor airs on CBS. And 10 years ago, 2014, Psy's Gangnam Style becomes the first video to reach 2 billion views on YouTube.
Wow.
Remember that was a thing?
Oh, yeah. He's still out there doing it.
Still out there. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we're going to start with Lenny Kravitz. You know, he's been in the gym with his leather pants on. He's best friends with his ex-wife's ex-husband. The man is interesting. And he recently revealed that he's been celibate since his last serious relationship, which was 9 years ago.
Whoa.
He's 60 years old. He was interviewed by The Guardian, and he says he plans to continue to not have sex until he finds another serious relationship, which he admits might not happen. Kravitz added that his choice is a spiritual thing and that I have become very set in my ways in the way that I live. So he's been celibate for 9 years. I've had a lot of women of our listenership tag me in this article, and they're like, we need to help him.
Yeah, well, and you look at Lenny Kravitz and you go, man, this man is a master swordsman. This man
He's
probably
got it
having
all.
This man must be having all sorts of sex.
Yeah.
Sex that you wouldn't even imagine.
Know what to do
Stuff
with.
that's not available. That's stuff that's only available to an elite few.
That good, sensual kind of love that no
Just
other
stuff
person
that we
can
can't
hit.
even fathom.
Right.
And now we find out that
Lenny's a liar. I mean, he's celibate.
You don't think he's the celibate?
Hell no, I don't believe
Who's
this.
having sex with Lenny?
Anybody he wants.
Nobody's.
The only thing he would be celibate for is he got so bored of having so much sex that it's like the only thrill he gets now is depriving himself of it.
I get that.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
There's no way. There's no way.
Well,
9 years?
9 years.
Come on.
This is a great injustice.
It's like Mark Wahlberg saying he's never Joed. You're lying.
Because I mean,
in his whole life, he gave an interview and he said he's never once masturbated. And I'm like, you're a liar. That's a lie.
Get the f*** out of here.
Thank you.
Kravitz, I mean, he's very outspoken about his faith. You know, he's a Christian, and it's kind of normal in that world, you know, to be celibate and wait.
Well, you know who does not approve of this?
Who?
Ice-T.
No, he doesn't. He goes, that's weird as hell. Or
Ice-T says, 9 years without sex? F that BS weirdo-ish.
Thank you, Ice-T. Who thought?
Who thought?
In 2024, Ice-T's the voice of reason.
The most cherished catalogs yet to be scooped up. You know, people have been selling their music. Bruce Springsteen sold his music for $500 million. Michael Jackson's, just 50% of Michael Jackson's catalog was $600 million. But who would want $1 billion for a catalog? And it's Queen.
Queen's catalog, $1 billion.
Queen now appear to be who everybody's got their eyes on for selling. And according to Bloomberg, the band is in talks with Sony. The asking price for a Queen catalog, which will be used for merchandise, other business opportunities,
commercials,
$1 billion for Queen's catalog.
So is that going to be the highest?
It would be.
It would be the highest.
Well, I mean, do you think anything could ever pass that?
Well, Pink Floyd's catalog is also out there, and that's another real coveted catalog.
Not.
It's not like that.
I love Pink Floyd, but it's not as coveted as
Queen. I agree.
Did the Stones sell theirs?
I'm looking into that. I don't.
Springsteen
think
stole
so.
his.
It looks like so.
I think the Beatles catalog would be probably.
It's already sold though, right?
Michael Jackson bought it.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. So 50% of Michael Jackson's catalog would include the Beatles catalog. 50% sold for $600 million. So if somebody would have bought Michael Jackson and the Beatles, like his share in that, it would have been double the price, which is crazy. Bob Dylan's catalog, $200 million. He sold his publishing to Universal Music Group for a reported $300 million.
I haven't talked with the rest of the guys in the 2SG, but I'm willing to sell if someone wants to buy it for $1 billion. Yeah.
Good to know.
I thought Paul McCartney bought a lot of his stuff back. It says Sony Music Publishing controls the rights to the vast majority of the Beatles songs.
Were they the ones who bought Michael Jackson's as well?
I don't know. It's so complicated.
Well,
I think there are so many pieces. Michael Jackson bought it in the mid-'80s. The catalog was sold in pieces to Sony beginning when Jackson was still alive and completed after his death. So I think Michael Jackson's estate sold most of the Beatles stuff to Sony.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, the Queen's Production Limited, which is equally owned by all living members of Queen, so Brian May, Roger Taylor, John Deacon, and Freddie Mercury's estate, reported revenues of $52 million in 2022. So they're still making a ton of money on this music. And you're right. Queen is one of those bands that I think is very digestible for generations. Bohemian Rhapsody. I think young people know that song. Obviously, when it came out, people loved it. So we'll see what happens with it.
You know how much Michael Jackson bought the catalog for in 85?
I don't.
$47.5 million.
Wow.
Oh, my
That's a good investment. That was a good investment on his
Good
part.
job, man. That's crazy.
It is crazy. Moving on. After Rolling Stone published a lengthy article about Diddy and his alleged, a long-time abusive behavior that mentioned Notorious B.I.G., the late rapper's mom, Voletta Wallace, now she's speaking out. She says, "I'm sick to my stomach." She's a retired teacher. She was talking about Diddy's multiple allegations. "I'm praying for Cassie. I'm praying for Diddy's mother. I don't want to believe the things I've heard, but I've seen the hotel video, and I pray that he apologizes directly to Cassie." She added, "I hope that I see Sean one day, and that the only thing I want to do is slap the daylights out of him. And you can quote me on that," she said, "because I liked him. I didn't want to believe all the awful things, but I'm so ashamed and embarrassed." I mean, this is Diddy. This is like his second mom, probably, because of the relationship he had with Notorious B.I.G.
Well, from everything I was reading, we talked about this off the air, that B.I.G. was about to leave Diddy before he died.
Oh,
B.I.G. was
really?
about to bounce from Bad Boy right before he died.
Is that part of the whole rumor?
Well, that's part of who killed Biggie.
Okay.
Also, I read this morning that Rolling Stone magazine wanted to put B.I.G. on the cover after he died, but Diddy said no because Diddy had a record coming out. Diddy said, "No, he's dead, but I got a record coming out. You're putting me on the cover."
Wow.
What a bad
What
dude.
a trash human. Well, in the wake of Cassie's allegations, 5 more women and 1 man have come forward to accuse Diddy of sexual assault and other lawsuits. And Biggie's mom said that she just leaves it to time about all of these lawsuits against Diddy. Speaking of lawsuits, a fan is suing Madonna. This guy is filing a lawsuit, class action lawsuit in California, claiming that Madonna and Live Nation tricked customers into buying really expensive tickets and by purposefully and deceptively withholding information. Some of his examples, like they didn't tell concert goers that her shows wouldn't start on time. They also didn't mention how hot and uncomfortable the temperatures would be during the show, or the fact that she would lip sync much of her live show. Also showing fans, pornography without warning, including topless women simulating sex acts. So this man is very upset, and he is seeking unspecified damages for breach of contract, negligent misrepresentation, emotional distress, unfair competition, and false advertising.
So I understand the not being on time thing.
Everybody's annoyed by that.
Everybody's annoyed by that.
But you kind of know what you're signing up for when you go to a Madonna
Well,
show.
especially the sexy part of it.
Right.
Never heard of Madonna before, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I guess not.
Just
New
bought
fan.
a random ticket to a random concert.
The long-lost acoustic guitar of John Lennon sold, we were talking about this earlier in the week, that it would be a record-setting price. That guitar sold for $2.85 million. It's the highest-selling guitar in Beatles history and the 5th most expensive guitar that was ever sold at auction.
Do you have the list of the highest-selling guitars?
Let me click this link.
I'm curious. Is it?
So this was the instrument that was used on the Help album.
Right.
And also Rubber Soul. And it was found in a countryside home of somebody had given it to somebody else.
Wild.
Which is extremely wild.
So I wonder what the top-selling guitars of all time are. Want me to try to find? I'll try to find.
Yeah, try to find it.
I know it will
don't
be
have
the
that
top-selling
available.
one.
What do you think it's going to be?
Trigger. I think that'll be the most famous guitar ever sold if that ever happens.
If it ever happens?
Yeah.
Well, this was the 5th most expensive ever sold, this acoustic guitar.
Okay, top-selling guitar of all time. Okay. 15. Okay. Number one would be, here it is. Kurt Cobain's Martin D 18E.
Yeah.
From
the one
Unplugged.
from Unplugged.
Yeah.
Sold for $6 million.
That just recently sold, I think.
Damn.
Not bad.
Like in the last couple of years.
Without a
Second-
tune, it would have probably sold more.
Second highest selling guitar was Kurt Cobain's Smells Like Teen Spirit Fender Mustang, $4.5 million.
Okay. From the music video.
This is the one, the blue, like the seafoam blue guitar from.
Yeah.
Number 3, David Gilmour's Black Fender Stratocaster from
Okay.
Pink Floyd.
Wow.
That sold for almost $4 million.
So Fender's having a
He
day.
he recorded Money and Comfortably Numb with that guitar.
Cool.
Then you got Eddie Van Halen's Hot for Teacher Kramer. Just about $4 million.
That was recently, too. It's also a travesty that Eddie Van Halen's guitar is not at the top of that list.
And then how much did this one go for?
Almost $3 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
2.85.
And there was another one that was a guitar signed by, it's called the Reach Out to Asia Fender Stratocaster for $2.7 million. It was signed by Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Eric Clapton, Brian May, Jimmy
wow.
Page, Jeff Gilmore.
Everybody.
I'm sorry, David Gilmour, Jeff Beck, Pete Townsend, Mark Knopfler, Ray Davies, Liam Gallagher, Ronnie Wood, Tony Iommi, Angus and Malcolm Young, Paul McCartney, Sting,
Oh,
Richie
damn.
Blackmore, all of Def Leppard, and organizer Brian Adams. The guitar was auctioned to help victims of the Indian Ocean tsunami back in '04.
That's really cool.
That went for $2.7 million.
2024 is the year of Minecraft. There's movies in the works starring Jason Momoa and Jack Black. The animated Minecraft series is coming to Netflix. The series doesn't have a premiere date yet, but Netflix did release a teaser about the game's famous creeper, so you'll see that on the blog if you want.
Fun.
In movie news, Jeremy Renner has joined the cast of Knives Out 3. Chris Hemsworth is in talks to star in Transformers G.I. Joe, which will be a crossover movie. Bill Skarsgård is
Whoa,
gonna-
so G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover movie?
Yeah, I didn't know those two
Interesting.
things would
Pretty
happen.
cool.
Bill Skarsgård is going to return as Pennywise the Dancing Clown in a Max prequel called Welcome to Derry, if you love Stephen King's It. And if you remember the Dune 2 popcorn bucket that looked very pornographic and people were all up in arms, prepare yourselves for the Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket, which intentionally looks like a fleshlight of Wolverine's head. Yes. For probably $30, you too could get the mouth wide open Wolverine and put your hand or
It's
whatever
very
you want
funny.
into your popcorn. And people are very into
The
this.
video for it, the video teasing the bucket,
Yeah.
is very funny because
It
it's like
is.
Deadpool's glove, like kind of like caressing the mouth,
Yeah.
and then popcorn being poured into it, and then butter dripping all over
Oh,
it.
dripping
This
everywhere.
is amazing.
And you can see that on the blog at 1057.
All right, nice.
Brad Pitt's daughter, Shiloh, apparently wants nothing to do with him, and she is removing his surname officially. She's just going to be Shiloh Jolie. She turned 18 in May, and the dancer filed paperwork requesting a legal name change. It's no secret Brad has had a strained relationship with some of his kids with Angelina Jolie since they filed for divorce in
There's
2016.
no bigger slap in the face than saying, I don't want your last name.
I don't want your last name.
Savage.
A source shared that since the couple split, the actress has made sure that her kids, meaning Angelina Jolie, have limited involvement with their Brad Pitt father. Brad Pitt says he still loves her unconditionally no matter what and hopes that since she's older that they can slowly reconcile their relationship without Angelina Jolie in the way.
But wow, to say, I don't want your last name anymore.
Yeah, I'm out.
Dang.
Ooh, man.
Huge, huge thing. We've all seen The Hangover.
Yes.
We love that movie. And Casino.org is giving fans of The Hangover a chance to celebrate its 15th anniversary to stay inside the Caesar Palace hotel suite that is featured in the movie. They said, you got to brush up on your knowledge. You can enter the competition page right now. You have the whole month of June essentially to apply, but you will receive a Hangover-inspired surprise in the room. They're not saying if it is a tiger or not.
Or Mike Tyson.
Or Mike Tyson, or both. But you will be able to stay in that room, which, if you remember, was awesome.
Right.
And it's a cool kind of competition. So we have that up on the blog for you. Zelda Legos are happening. This is the first ever Legend of Zelda playset. It's huge. The price is Pretty steep, $300. That includes scenes from the 2 iconic franchise installments. The users can build it one way. They can get a Great Deku tree, as seen in the beginning chapter of The Legend of Zelda, and you can choose to build that. So if you're a big collector, 300 bones, the first ever Legend of Zelda playset from Legos. And it is Friday, so that means there's new movies and music out. Just a couple of trailers you can see up on the blog. Summer Camp is a comedy starring Diane Keaton, Kathy Bates as childhood friends who've drifted apart. Nicole Richie's in this, Eugene Levy, Ezra, Bobby Cannavale plays a stand-up comedian who takes his autistic son on a road trip while struggling with what to do about his future. Rose Byrne is in this, and so is Robert De Niro. The Dead Don't Hurt, that's also out. It's a Western written and directed by Viggo Mortensen, and it's about a woman who falls in love with a Danish immigrant. Danish. Honestly, kind of like these movies don't really intrigue me at all, but they're up on the blog. Maybe they intrigue you. And there's also new music out by Willie Nelson, The Border. It is his 75th album, which
Willie
is
Nelson's?
crazy.
It's amazing.
And yeah, that's
Not
your
bad,
crap on
not bad.
celebrities.
All right, celebrities celebrating a birthday this weekend. Colin Farrell is 48, Brooke Shields 59, Daryl McDaniels. Who's that?
Daryl McDaniels.
Yeah.
No clue.
It's DMC from Run
DMC.
DMC.
Of course.
That's
He
what
is
Daryl
60.
stands for, or D stands for.
Chris Elliott, who I love, star of the old Fox sitcom Get a Life.
Cabin Boy.
Yep.
Cabin Boy, SNL. So Get a Life was a show. It was so absurdist and like way ahead of its time.
Is it Canadian? Was that like on Canadian TV?
No, it was on Fox.
Oh, really?
Most episodes ended with him dying. Chris Elliott is 64.
He's brilliant, man.
Susie Essman, who plays Jeff's wife, Susie, on Curb Your Enthusiasm, she is 69. Tom Berenger. This is an actor. This is an actor's actor. Tom Berenger, Platoon, Major League, Inception, Training Day, Born on the 4th of July. Tom Berenger, 75. Joe Namath is 81. Clint Eastwood. How old is Clint Eastwood today?
88.
I'm going to say 92.
94.
Whoa. Man.
94.
Still got it.
On Saturday, Spider-Man Tom Holland turns 28. Kirkwood's own Nikki Glazer. Happy birthday. How old does she turn on Saturday?
She's my age. 30, 40?
40.
Yeah.
Big 4-0. Amy Schumer turns 43. Alanis Morissette 50. Heidi Klum 51. Ronna Dunn of Brooks and Dunn is 71. Ron Wood from the Rolling Stones turns 77. Morgan Freeman turns
70.
81.
87.
Whoa. For real?
For real. Pat
surprised.
Boone turns 90 on Saturday. In the 1950s, a young Elvis used to open up for Pat Boone. And on Sunday, Awkwafina turns 36. Justin Long.
I love her.
Remember Mac in the in Apple's old Mac versus PC campaign? Justin Long, also in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
He turns 46. Wayne Brady turns 52. Be Real from Cypress Hill turns 54. St. Louis' own Andy Cohen.
Indeed.
Turns 56. Dana Carvey turns 69. Dennis Haybert. President Palmer on 24. Also Pedro Serrano on Major League. He turns 70. Jerry Mathers, the Beaver, turns 76. And Stacy Keach. He has been in a million things also. Stacy Keach was Sergeant Stadenko in all the Cheech and Chong movies.
Oh, yeah.
He turns 83 on Sunday. And today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Kitty Lee. Kitty Lee, today's birthday girl, has been in 67 fine films, including Bedtime Stories 2, a movie called Filled Up, which I don't like that
What's
title.
that about?
Full Gallon Jugs 2, Harry Honey's 26, Honey, I'm Home, Hooter Hospital, Hooter Nation 9, Plump Cuties 3, Wild Bills, Big Boob Cowgirls, and Who Can Forget a Roll, and 2007's Mature Thunder Buns 2. Kitty Lee is 47 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we will take a quick break. We'll come back with your Friday fail stories. And there is one fail story we'll end with that a million people sent it to us.
Yeah.
The courtroom one.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so a happy one.
I mean, just stupidity incarnate.
Oh, boy.
It's 7:48. It's Friday. Traffic and weather. Lern coming at you.
And it's brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more is happening this weekend with the NASCAR Cup Series. Get your tickets at www.raceway.com. Stalled vehicle eastbound 44 at 141. The right lane is closed there. Your weather today, it's going to kind of increase with clouds. High of 81. That rain's going to move in tonight and stay with us into tomorrow. But the weekend temperatures look all right. Right now it's 66 out there at 7:48.
Well, here we are, Music Record Shop, and it's Donnie. We've got Giannis, we've got Jimmy, and we've got Alex, our grand prize winner. And quite simply, gentlemen, for the next little while, we're just going to go record shop.
Wicked.
Which sounds fantastic. So we'll check in when we get done. Let everybody kind of get after it. But do you have a plan when you're going into a record
No, I'm
shop?
just going to go at it with a frenzy.
All right,
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we love that. All right, so here at Music Record Shop, we're getting after it. We'll check in with you in a bit.
From Deck Envy. What's Deck Envy? Deck Envy is your jealousy over your neighbor's deck. You see what they got over there? That sure is a nice deck, and you're jealous. Well, how about you be the envy of your neighborhood with a brand new deck from Chesterfield Fence and Deck. The best in the business, and I can attest to that because all my neighbors are jealous of my deck. It's huge, and it's awesome, and we hang out on the deck all the time. And we actually hang out underneath the deck because we never even thought about the underdecking. What was once an unused space, now we got a fan down there, we got furniture under there, it's great. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, one of St. Louis's top names in home improvement. They put quality and professionalism first in every single thing they do. Whether you're looking for that new deck or a new fence or a sunroom, a screen room, patio, retaining wall. They even do windows. They're a company you can trust with your home. Free in-home estimates at no obligation, free project design. All their products at Chesterfield Fence and Deck, guaranteed by a 5-year labor warranty, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And if you mention the RizzShow this month, you'll get 20% off your next installed outdoor project. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, online at chesterfieldfence.com. After all, who doesn't want a bigger deck?
Well, here we are, Music Record Shop, and it's Donnie. We've got Giannis, we've got Jimmy, and we've got Alex, our grand prize winner. And quite simply, gentlemen, for the next little while, we're just going to go record shop.
Wicked.
Which sounds fantastic. So we'll check in when we get done. Let everybody kind of get after it. But do you have a plan when you're going into a record shop?
No, I'm just going to go at it with a frenzy.
All right,
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we love that. All right, so here at Music Record Shop, we're getting after it. We'll check in with you in a bit. Did you ever stop collecting vinyl, or have you just always done it?
From when I started buying vinyl, largely because a lot of the shows I went to when I was younger were like punk, they were like punk shows, so the bands that I liked, they would just put out 7-inch.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I wanted the music, so I was like, I bought it, and then I bought a crappy turntable.
I've kind of started going back and buying a lot of punk vinyl,
Cool.
of stuff that I never had before, and bands that I've just now kind of rediscovered that everybody says are great. You know, like Minutemen, we're a band that I've known of but never really knew.
Yeah, on tour, it's a reason to go out for a walk, to go to the record store, and it's like, I like going to actual record shops.
Is it a pretty fairly common thing that you do?
Yeah, on tour definitely, and in London I go record shopping, a fair bit.
Just so we know, I'm getting this from Moon. But I would put it into my collection. I'm just saying I'm getting this from Moon because I think he loves this movie, if I'm not mistaken. And then if you don't, I am going to keep it for myself. I saw an article today that your record is the second biggest seller on vinyl in 2019.
Byerly RV, the center of the RV universe, the center of the RV world for so many years, 75 plus years, 3 generations, locally owned and operated right here in St. Louis. And they are incredible. Not only the sales and the parts and the service and the storage, but you've heard me talk and just praise the name of Byerly RV for their rental services. Why? Because I have a big family. We are full of adventure. We're always wanting adventure, and we're always wanting to save money, and we travel as much as we can. We save so much money going to Disney World by renting Byerly RV's RV. We did a Super C, this incredible Omni RS36. You can ask them about it when you call them. But this is a perfect way for us to introduce the family into the RV lifestyle, the RV experience. And my wife made mention about 2 or 3 days into the trip that now we found out exactly what size RV fits us, what type of floor plan, what kind of amenities we're interested in. It is a perfect way to enter into the RV lifestyle if it's something that you've been interested in. Call Byerly RV today. Tell them Moon sent you. I love them over there. ByerlyRV.com.
Joined in the Point Studio now by the mastermind behind Ghost, Tobias Forge. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. How do you do?
I'm doing really well. It's an absolute great pleasure to have you here, and the absolute ferocious fan base of Ghost has me completely petrified that I'm going to screw this interview up because they
then don't.
Right. Well, that's the idea. But it's one of those really great things in getting to talk about Ghost right now because you can just feel all the excitement and everything kind of not starting to come together, but just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That has got to be an amazing thing for you to see on your side of things.
Of course it is. I mean, I've done many records in my life that did cause nothing, you know. So it's you never know how many times you will have this feeling. So I'm trying to sort of absorb it and enjoy it whilst it's here, and yeah, no, it's a fantastic feeling.
When I had read, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I had read, kind of when the process and the thought process for this was beginning, that you thought that you would have a certain audience that would dig it, that would enjoy it, and that it might even be kind of like sort of an art thing that you could potentially see at like an art installation. Are you yourself a little surprised that it is grown into what it has become now?
Yes. I mean, obviously everything is a gradual sort of these epiphanies of what you can achieve obviously comes gradually, and now obviously I know what took us here, but there was definitely a thousand things that I could never have predicted back in 2008 or 9 or 10 or 11.
Sure.
And so yeah, it's mind blowing, but yeah, I don't know what to say really. I knew I liked it and the material in the beginning, and whenever I played it to people, it seemed to have caused a reaction that seemed
Go hit up a couple open houses, maybe sit in bed tonight and cuddle up with the computer and look at Zillow and see what kind of house you want to get. So you've decided to buy a home, and you're thinking, I'm going to go start looking at houses now. What you should do first is call Kevin Putney. Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team. Let him figure out all the loan stuff, all the mortgage stuff. This way you get qualified and approved for your home loan. So when you do find your dream home, and it's going to happen, you're going to be at the front of the line when there are multiple offers on the table. Now, let's say you find the house and you don't want to lose it, but interest rates, everybody keeps yelling about interest rates. Get the house now and then refinance next year. Kevin Putney makes that easy, too. And he's got all sorts of programs for first-time home buyers. He's got programs for down payment assistance. Give Kevin Putney a call. 314-862-0123, 314-862-0123, online at 123mortgage.com. Kevin Putney, equalizing opportunity, all loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
Hey, McConaughey here. And you.
Hey guys, it's Lux and Jacoby from Papa Roach.
What's up?
How are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'd like to say I'm doing
Well, I mean, I'm doing good. I'm just much rather be playing a rock show tonight.
I would much rather be watching you play a rock show. This is such a bummer.
I know, very much so. We just got the news like an hour ago, and I was like, I mean, what am I gonna do?
We did all we could.
I'm here to rock. I'm here to do my gig. You know what I'm saying? And it's Mother Nature is just not having it today.
But the good news is, outside of being here for Point Fest, you guys have a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Pop Roach is killing it. I was on TikTok today. Huge fan of your
okay,
TikTok.
All right, time for your Friday fail story. All right. So all these people thought they had the perfect plan, but God, somewhere along the line, that perfect plan went completely sideways, and it became an Uber, an Ultra. Oh, I'm going to say it.
Just do it.
Dare I say it? Mega.
Do it, Rizz.
Here we go.
Fail.
All right.
Beautiful.
And we're down two voices. Rafe ran away.
I tried to go. I tried to lower my voice to be in the
You sounded
Rafe
good.
octave.
Moon's in Europe. He'll be back. When is he coming back? Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't
know yet. Yeah.
Maybe never, because he's having a great time.
Apparently,
Dude.
sending us all these pictures.
I know.
Jeez.
I love it for him.
Yeah.
Friday Fail Stories are sponsored by
They are sponsored by our friends
at Moritz Royce
at
Jewelry.
Moritz Royce, the official jeweler of this show, which is the Rizzuto Show.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So this is kind of a funny fail to start with. Walmart, Target, other retailers have been dropping prices to bring in more customers. Maybe they should try this instead. It obviously works. So a grocery store in Russia got some very bad press this month after 18 customers landed in the hospital with food poisoning linked to their products. So to keep people coming in, the owner of the grocery store announced that if anyone got food poisoning, he would pay them 1 million rubles each, or about $11,000. And the strategy worked, and people came back in droves. But for a weird reason. They were trying to get food poisoning.
Oh, no.
So one report said customers were even seen licking the eggs, hoping they were covered in salmonella.
Gross.
Now the owner's like, everything's canceled, canceling the whole thing. He says he'll pay the original 18 people, but only if they prove his products are to blame. So,
Man.
everybody just comes and starts licking everything.
Failed.
You got to be careful where you're pooting in your mouth.
There we go.
Thank you.
A Russian joke.
I like it.
A 20-year-old woman who was caught having sex on a public pier dove into the water in an attempt to get away from the cops on Monday afternoon on Memorial Day. Police in Naples got multiple reports about a man and a woman going at it behind the pier's locked gate at about 4:30 in the morning. Remember, Memorial Day, Florida, people are all over the beach. As the two scrambled to put their clothes on, the woman moved to the edge of the pier and jumped in as cops were yelling to stay where she was. The guy, who was completely naked, he stayed at the scene. He said that he and the chick had swum to the end of the pier, intended to jump off, but wound up having sex instead. Oops.
That happened. Oops, it bounced in too a little close there.
What?
I don't know.
The chick was picked up by the beach patrol as soon as she made it to the shore. Both charged with trespassing and disturbing the peace. The woman had a resisting arrest charge tacked on.
Failed.
Now, if you're wondering what the red roofs of Red Roof Inns are like, well, now we know. Thanks to the Waffle House. A 31-year-old guy in Tennessee named Jonathan Beard was arrested on Tuesday after he allegedly robbed a Waffle House at knife point. He assaulted 2 employees, ran off with $388 in cash. Police are called. Couldn't find him. That's when they got a call from the local Red Roof Inn. Someone there said a guy seemed to be hiding in the building, inside the red roof, sort of. Police found Jonathan hiding in the attic of the hotel, which he accessed through a utility door. Jonathan started throwing cash at him, probably the $388 he stole, and then he started panicking. It sounds like the attic didn't have an actual floor because reports say he, quote, fell through the ceiling of 3 separate hotel rooms.
Whoa.
Dang.
I'm assuming that he was stepping through the ceiling.
Oh, I see. I pictured it all the way down.
Not that he'd fallen, through
Okay.
3
floors.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
The Kool-Aid man.
Police nabbed him, charged him with aggravated robbery, burglary, 2 counts of aggravated assault, and 4 counts of vandalism. They also recovered $381 of the stolen $388. The other $7 still missing.
Failed.
On Monday, the internet was full of posts of a naked man posing on top of the Bumblebee Transformer statue in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, if you've ever been to Albuquerque, the statue, I mean, it's I don't know what you call full-size statue of Bumblebee. It's pretty cool. Bumblebee the Transformer. It's located at the corner of Lomas and 4th Street in SunWest in the SunWest Silver Co. parking lot. So the Bumblebee statue actually replaced the Iron Man statue they got crashed into last year. Anyway, the Albuquerque Police Department got a bunch of calls about a dummy on top of the statue, completely naked. When officers arrived, they found 47-year-old Hector Malero on top of the statue with a bunny suit around his ankles.
Okay. Just
Why the
having a
bunny
good
suit?
day.
Who knows? It's a whole thing. Police were able to convince him to safely climb down with the help of a ladder from the local fire department. He was arrested, charged with indecent exposure.
Failed.
Florida man arrested over the Memorial Day weekend after he allegedly bit a bar manager's finger. 27-year-old Kenneth Alvin Davis taken to jail on Sunday afternoon after a group of friends he was with became, quote, unruly when they were told they could not bring a dog into the Undertow Beach Bar. That's what deputies say. Old Kenny lunged forward, bit the bar manager's finger. Manager defended himself, punched Kenneth right in the face. A brawl between Kenneth's group and the bar staff broke out. Incident was reportedly caught on video. Fight was being broken up when law enforcement arrived. Bar manager did not want to file battery charges, but the police were like, no, we're doing it.
Wow.
Kenneth taken to the Pinellas County Jail on a charge of disorderly intoxication and battery.
Failed.
This reminds me of those classic anti-drug PSAs where the kid would say, I learned it by watching you.
Right.
Remember those? Where'd you get this, son?
I got it from you, Dad.
It's
so sad.
39-year-old guy in Pennsylvania, Jonathan Storms, arrested for drunk driving, instructing. Police responded to a call about a reckless driver who'd driven a white pickup truck off the street and then, while backing up to get back on the road, ran over the sidewalk and some traffic cones. Cops tracked the driver down. Found that it was a 14-year-old boy. Jonathan was in the passenger seat, drunk. He said he was a family member and was teaching the kid how to drive. And Jonathan was lit. I mean, L-I-T lit. After getting out of the car, he started dancing in the middle of the street, charged with endangering the welfare of children, corruption of minors, and public drunkenness.
An idiot.
Failed.
On Monday, or last Monday, a brand new DMV opened in Lincoln, Nebraska. And it didn't take long for sheer chaos to break out and the wait times to add up. A couple hours after the place officially opened, 34-year-old man named Joseph Schrader walked in with some fish and carrots.
Nice.
He shouted, something fishy's going on, and then threw fish and carrots everywhere.
Sounds like a King Scott crime. I'm just going to say.
I don't know how much
I
fish.
love doing that kind of thing. Yeah.
I don't know how much fish or how many carrots he had. It must have been a lot. Officials say it caused around $9,000 in damages to the brand new DMV, mostly to the carpet and ceiling. He was arrested for criminal mischief. He didn't say what was so fishy, although it's possible he was mentally unstable at the time.
Failed.
This is bizarre. Florida Highway Patrol just released dash cam footage of a high-speed chase in South Florida that ended after a woman jumped off a ramp into the water below. It all started when 27-year-old Melina Logan went to a Honda dealership in South Miami to test drive a car, but she just refused to stop, took it, and gone. Gone. And then the chase was on. In the video, you could see her driving like a maniac, making aggressive lane changes, speeding down the shoulder, passing cars, doing, over 90. When she got to a traffic standstill, she crashed into a couple cars.
Oh.
The car she was in wound up disabled, hopped out, jumped into a lake. After not grabbing an officer's rope to pull her in, cops had to jump into the lake to get her forcefully Now she's looking at charges that include grand theft of a vehicle, 2 counts of battery on a police officer, fleeing, eluding, and resisting an officer.
Failed.
All right, 2 more for you. A Columbia County, Georgia woman arrested last Sunday after sheriff's deputies say she was repeatedly calling 911 for non-emergency reasons. Now, apparently this woman, 54, she had been doing this a lot over the last couple months, and Sunday was the last straw. So back on May 12th, 1 in the morning, she called and said she had a raccoon on her front porch, and she wanted a deputy to come out and tase it.
Mm-hmm.
She called back an hour later, asked to have a deputy come out to her house to escort her to the dumpster. Around 5:30 that same evening, she called and said she needed a deputy to Google the hours of 3 restaurants because she was hungry.
Okay.
Okay, I like this.
On May 15th, she called 911 and hung up. Officers tried calling her back, never picked up. 12 seconds later, she called 911 again, didn't talk this time. The cop eventually went to the house, said she was fine. May 19th, she called saying her heart was hurting. And she wanted a female deputy to come to her house, but didn't want the only female deputy that was available.
Okay.
They dispatched an ambulance to her house. When medics got to the door, she refused to open it. As one of the medics was trying to talk to the woman, she continued to call 911 and then hung up the phone. After 25 minutes of trying to get the woman to answer the door, a deputy used a tool to open it, make sure she really didn't have a medical issue. Deputies say the woman was sitting on a couch. She dropped her head and began shaking her legs and her head as if she was having a seizure. Medics took her vitals. She was fine. She told them she had pseudo-seizures that turn into real seizures. Something made up.
Okay.
Eventually taken to the hospital. That's when deputies arrested her, took her to the Columbia County Detention Center, charged with unlawful conduct during a 911 call, which comes out to like $500 fine and a year in jail.
Failed.
Wow.
And finally, and this is the one that everybody's been sending us. It isn't often that a judge actually gets to witness somebody committing a crime in real time while reviewing their case. A 44-year-old guy in Michigan, Corey Harris, was attending a virtual hearing, and this happened earlier this month. He'd previously been charged with driving with a suspended license. And that was back in October of last year. His license still suspended. Corey showed up on Zoom while he was on his way to a doctor's appointment. And he was driving. And he was oblivious. And asked for everyone to hold tight for 1 second while he parked. Corey's public defender asked for an adjournment, and the judge looked at the case and he said, maybe I don't understand something. He was just driving, and he doesn't have a license. He's suspended, and he was just driving. Here's what happened.
Mr. Harris, are you driving? Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. I'm parking right now.
This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
That is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
He's suspended, and he's just driving.
And this is what the court hearing's over.
Man.
The suspended license.
Yeah.
This
and
is
he's
great.
driving.
Well,
during the court hearing.
The rules are loose.
Yeah.
Suspended, and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Wow.
Failed.
What you doing, Corey?
Hey, at
Get
least
your
he was
crap together.
honest. Yeah.
I'm pulling into the doctor's office right now.
Uh-huh.
Pulling in. Hang on a second.
I'm parking right now.
I just
Right
like
now.
because if you heard him talk, he sounds completely sane and normal and like a decent guy. He's like, I'm just pulling in the doctor's office.
Yeah, completely oblivious.
Completely oblivious. And him at the end going, oh.
I just love the smile on the judge's face.
The judge was in disbelief.
Right.
Wild.
That's
and
incredible.
those are your Friday fail stories. All right, let's take a break. Rafe's going to come back and hopefully in a little while for the E-memorium. But while we're waiting for Rafe, let's give away some stuff.
Okay.
We'll do a quick contest. We have plenty of prizes to give away. We've got Limp Bizkit tickets. Limp Bizkit coming to the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater Big Summer Show July 18th. We've got 2 pairs of tickets left to go see the Chili Peppers Big Summer Show July 30th at the amphitheater. We got a couple pairs of tickets left to go see 30 Seconds to Mars August 2nd at the amphitheater. And we got a couple pairs of tickets left to go see Mr. Rafe Williams Saturday, tomorrow, up at the St. Charles Funny Bone. After the break, simple game, gay bar or steakhouse. All right, Lern's going to read you the name of a business, and you tell us if the establishment is a steakhouse or a gay bar. Simple as that. 2 out of 3 right, you win your choice of tickets while supplies last. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Gay bar or steakhouse is next. 8:13 Friday, traffic and weather. Lern coming at you.
And it's brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more is happening with the NASCAR Cup Series this weekend. It's tomorrow and Sunday. Get your tickets at www.raceway.com. Westbound 270 at Lindbergh, the 3 right lanes are blocked due to an accident. Also, 2 vehicle crash westbound 270 past 170. This could be connected. The 4 left lanes are closed. So be careful. Your weather today, sunny, and then it's going to become cloudy. 82 will be the high, rain rolling in tonight, sticking with us to tomorrow. Overnight low 64. Right now, it is 70 out there at 8:14.
All right, so here we are, way back at Point Fest, the first interview of the day. It's Real Big Fish, everybody. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you. Great to see you.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey.
Thank you. You know what? No, don't stop. No, more, please, more.
It's really great to have you guys back. We have, over the years, done so many different things, so many shows. Yeah. I did legitimately the worst stage intro I've ever done in my life at a Real Big Fish show at Mississippi Nights through no fault of your own. I came up on stage too late. Your cue music that night was Billie Jean from Michael Jackson. I'll never forget. And I'm getting up there and I'm doing my spiel. And Aaron, you came up behind me and were like, "Are you done yet, Donnie? Are you done? Are you done with the intro?" Yes, I am. Thank you. And then you guys went out and rocked it. But it's really great to have you here, man. Thank you guys for coming out. No, it was not.
Driving to work. Are you filled with dread? Are you going, oh, God, just one more day, then I don't have to see these people anymore. Do this job I hate. Do you not like your job? Will you be doing the same thing, making the same amount of money in 5 years? You know you could change your life with a career in tech and have unlimited growth opportunities. Now, you've heard me talk about Centric for a long time now, but why haven't you done anything yet? Graduates are always saying, man, I wish I would have done this sooner. Don't wait for something bad to happen or let somebody else make the decision for you. Make the decision to change careers your decision. Maybe you tried college, it didn't work out, or maybe you got a degree and you're stuck in a job you don't like with nowhere to go. Look into Centric and a career in technology, the fast-growing field of technology. You could change your life in 4 months, not 4 years, 4 months. Learn about the cloud and hacking and digital forensics and many more technologies you'll use. You'll use this stuff your first day on the job, your new job. And Centric will help you land that new job. Again, change your life in 4 months, not 4 years. Your new life starts at centric.com/Rizz, CENTRIQ.com/Rizz.
October at Point Fest. All right.
Sorry, I had to do that.
No, that's all right. You do whatever you need.
We're
The next 10
back.
minutes are all about you.
Hey, Jeff's wife. Just want to say hi, Jeff's wife. Hi, Jeff's daughter. I love y'all.
So, okay, first and foremost, we were talking to Will just a second ago.
To Will,
you were
my boy.
Introducing me to Will.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that has become so apparent to me over time in meeting bands and talking to bands is that word chemistry. And how absolutely, positively crucial that is. And you can probably even like someone personally, but maybe not have that same musical connection. And it's got to be all of that.
It's got to be all
statement
that.
ever.
Yeah, you vibe with somebody. You can vibe with anybody, you know what I'm saying? But when you get musically, like the other night, take for instance, we played a show last night. And just backstage after the show, I was listening to some cool Miles Davis jazz, right? Mm-hmm. And then I went to Bill Evans jazz, and he sat down with me, and for 30 minutes, we just started discussing how piano and jazz and the art of rock and roll make us feel. And just by talking to us at the end of the conversation, we were going, woo, woo, I love what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and then when we're on stage, you can play chords, and this guy will go off. It's a chemistry thing. It's a bonding thing, but the true lesson for a new person in a band is whether you can live with them in the bus.
Right on. But you don't know that.
Some people don't shower, dog. Some people don't shower. Some people don't change their socks.
All right. Okay, but then what do you do when you like a guy that you're auditioning with or what have you, but then you start to do shows and you're like,
You sit down with them and say, we need to have a real big talk. I love you. And you would tell me if I have a booger on my nose, right? And he'd say, yeah. And I'd say, you got a big booger on your nose. And it's called you need to take a shower.
And that's a legitimate conversation that you have had before.
Not with this guy.
No, well, right, because he's here.
Oh, yeah. Not this guy. He smells good. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the single here. I Hope You're Happy is doing incredibly well nationally. We're having a great run with it. And I got to be very honest with you, and please don't be mad at me when I say this. The very first time that I heard that song, I thought, this is not at all what I would think Blue October to be. And when I came back to it the second and third time, I was like, ooh, this is another direction, and I like it a lot. And it just grows every time.
Exactly.
So is that, I mean, was it a purposeful, like, sort of right turn?
We all grew up on so many different styles of music. And like I said, we discussed jazz, opera, hip hop, urban rock as our foundation, and alternative rock as our foundation. So when we went into the studio this time, we wanted to
R&R Tire Express, rnrtires.com. Get the tires you need now. There is no other tire shop in St. Louis that does what they do. As little as $20 down to start on a brand new set of tires. This installs a complete set of tires and defers your first payment till your next payday. $50 down to start on any in-stock wheel and tire package. This installs a complete set of wheels and tires on your vehicle and defers your first regular payment to start for your next payday. Pay-as-you-go programs that fit your budget. You can pay weekly, bi-weekly with your paychecks or pay monthly. And you can pay more than the minimum payment to get it off paid quicker and save money. No credit needed. All you need is a valid driver's license. I'm telling you, don't use a credit card to buy tires. You're still making a payment. Big difference is R&R has that service, repair, and they'll even replace a tire at no cost while on payments. So if you run over a nail and your tire needs to be replaced, believe me, your credit card company's not going to care. R&R Tire Express does, though. Check them out. They got 4 area locations. Once you experience that R&R service, you'll never buy tires the same way again. 4 area locations, and you can catch them at rnrtires.com.
Donnie Fandango from 105.7 The Point. Very happy to be joined by Dan Reynolds, frontman of Imagine Dragons. And Dan, we have a lot to talk about, but you are involved in one of my favorite life moments, and I have to tell you about it. And I've been wanting to tell you about it since it happened. It came up in my...
Hey, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, Rafe. Oh, hey, Rafe.
Oh, hi, Rafe.
Oh, hi, Mark.
You know, tomorrow's a new month, right?
Oh.
Tomorrow's a new month. So
Okay.
Scott's the calendar changer.
Yep.
Scott goes around the office changing all the calendars.
I brought my ladder today just to get it ready.
Yeah. So new month tomorrow. So here are some things to look forward to in the month of June. All right, here we go.
All right.
In sports, you got the NBA Finals start next Thursday, June 6th. Stanley Cup Finals start the 8th. In tennis, the French Open runs through June 9th. And golf's 124th U.S. Open is June 13th through the 16th. On TV, Star Wars The Acolyte premieres on Disney Plus June 4th. Part 2 of Bridgerton.
Ooh.
Part 2 of Bridgerton, Season 3 drops on Netflix June 13th. Season 2 of House of Dragons hits HBO the 16th. Season 3 of The Bear is back on FX on Hulu June 27th. And Rafe's favorite, the Tony Awards, also air on CBS and Paramount Plus on the 16th.
Can't wait.
Cool.
In theaters, Bad Boys Ride or Die is out on the 5th. Inside Out 2 will be released on the 14th. The dark comedy Kinds of Kindness arrived the 21st. A horror movie, A Quiet Place Day 1, hits theaters the 27th. That looks good.
That looks awesome.
I hate the preview, dude, because the girl's got a cat, and you don't know if the cat's going to make it. So I watched it last night in theaters, and like this preview, and I go, oh, my God, does the cat live?
Cat's gonna make it.
Does the catlive.com needs to become a thing for me?
You know the cat lives. In what movie does the cat die?
Every movie ever.
Except
the latest
Vacation.
Garfield. The latest Garfield's sad.
Pet Cemetery?
Except
Christmas
for the movie,
Vacation.
Except for the movie Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
In
yeah.
what movie does the cat die?
I don't know.
The cats
Gummo.
always live.
Gummo.
I'm never watching that movie from what you've discussed.
I'm not watching Gummo either.
I think you guys should have to watch Gummo and give me a review. I think that should be a thing that everyone on this
For your
program
birthday
has
this
to
year,
do.
we'll watch Gummo and tell you what we think.
We can
I
do
want to know
special
what movie
screenings.
besides Christmas Vacation and Gummo, apparently, does the cat die? The cat always lives.
Yeah, 9 lives, man.
Yeah, that's a.
I don't like it.
Kevin Costner's Horizon, an American Saga, will be released on the 28th. Finally, the holidays. Big ones, Father's Day is the 16th, Juneteenth the 19th. It's Pride Month. The first official day of summer is the 20th. National Best Friends Day is the 8th. Flag Day is the 14th. The 19th is National Martini Day. And National Selfie Day is June 21st. Now you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now you're all informed, ready to go into June. All right, let's give away some stuff. All right, we're playing a simple game, gay bar or steakhouse.
Speaking of pride.
Yes, yeah, for June, Pride Month. That's why I chose this game for today.
Yes.
Because tomorrow begins Pride Month. That's
Thanks, Rizz.
totally it. Okay, so we've got Chili Peppers tickets, we got Limp Bizkit tickets, we got 30 Seconds to Mars tickets, and we got tickets to go see Rafe Williams tomorrow up at the Funny Bone St. Charles. Now, Rafe is your lifeline if you need him for this game.
Oh, okay.
So Lern is going to read the name of the business, and you tell us if the establishment is a steakhouse or a gay bar. You get one Rafe lifeline, and what Rafe says is binding.
Binding, legally.
2 out of 3 right, you win. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Let's go to Josh in Pacific. Hello, Josh.
Morning, guys.
All right, Josh, good morning. Gay bar or steakhouse?
All right, Josh. Village Station in Texarkana, Arkansas. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
Let's go steakhouse.
Gay bar.
All right.
Next.
King and Queens in Waterloo, Iowa. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
Gay bar.
Yes, gay bar.
Point on the board. Here we go.
Comes
Josh.
down to this.
The Bull Ring in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Is it a gay bar or steakhouse?
Steakhouse.
Yes,
He's
my
a winner.
friend. Winner.
Done.
What do you want?
Let's do Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit, July 18th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. My friend, you're going. Hang on.
I would like to put the caveat in here that the only tickets available left for my shows are the Late Show Saturday. The other two did sell out. So
All right.
if that is of interest to you, you have to go at 9:30 on Saturday night.
But what about, I don't know what tickets are we giving away for this?
Huh?
The 9:30 tickets?
9:30.
Okay.
That's the last set. They've all the others have been given away.
Okay. All right. So the 9:30 show Saturday night.
Correct.
Okay. Colin in Edwardsville. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, Colin, let's go. Gay bar or steakhouse?
Colin, what's this? Sidekicks in Kansas City, Missouri. Gay bar or steakhouse?
Let's go gay bar.
Yes,
Let's
gay
go.
bar. Next.
Old Hickory in Columbus, Mississippi. Mississippi. That's how they actually say Mississippi
Columbus,
down
Mississippi.
there. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
Steakhouse.
Yes.
Yes,
Winner.
Colin. Way to go, Colin.
All right, Colin, what do you want?
Let's go Limp Biscuit.
Limp Bizkit, July 18th. Hang on.
See you there.
You know, these Chili Pepper tickets are hot item. Hot ticket.
Big time.
Yeah. Susie, Highland. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Susie, here we go. Gay bar or steakhouse. Don't forget you have a Rafe Williams lifeline. If you need it, use him. He's over here.
I'm here.
we go.
Okay.
Susie, the Max in Omaha, Nebraska. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
Gay bar.
Yes, gay bar.
Very good.
Next.
Hanover Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
I'll use Rafe.
Rafe.
Gay bar.
Say it again.
Hanover Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. You're saying gay bar?
I'm saying gay bar.
Nope, that's steakhouse.
That's a steakhouse.
Okay.
Sounded too steakhousey. Sorry about that.
All right, Susie,
Like a trap.
comes out of this.
Susie, the Bull Ring in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
Steakhouse.
Yes! The
Yes.
Bull Ring is a steakhouse. All right,
It's also
Susie,
a
what do you want?
duplicate.
I'll take the chili pepper ticket.
Chili
Right
Peppers,
on.
you are going. That's right. We already did have the Bull Ring once before. Susie was paying attention.
Very good.
Okay. Steven. Hello.
Hey,
All right, Steven, good morning to you. Gay bar or steakhouse?
Rocco in New York, New York. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
let's go steakhouse.
Yes,
Let's go to
Rocco
the
was a
steakhouse.
steakhouse. Next.
Georgie's in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
I'll use Rafe.
Rafe. Georgie's in Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Oh. Steakhouse.
Gay bar.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay,
Two.
comes down to this.
Comes down to this, Steven.
Stephen, the Outlaw Saloon in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
Let's go steakhouse.
That is a gay bar.
That is the gay bar. That's right.
Oh,
Georgie's.
Georgie's.
Hey, you Georgie.
Georgie's.
Got me.
Got him. Ashley, hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
All right. Gay bar or steakhouse. Here we go.
All right, Ashley. Brother Sebastian's in Omaha, Nebraska. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
Sebastian's. I'm going to go with steakhouse.
Yes.
Yes,
Sebastian's Steakhouse.
What about this? Woody's and Sailor in Toronto, Ontario. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
What was something sailors?
It was Woody's and Sailor. That's correct.
Sailors. Bar.
You said, I'm sorry?
Bar.
Gay bar. Yes, gay bar. And we got a winner.
Congrats to Ashley.
All right. What do you
Not
want?
anything on the radio before.
Oh, congratulations. What do you want?
Congrats.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers tickets. We are out of those. Okay. Congratulations,
go.
Ashley. You got the final pair. You got the final pair of tickets.
Yeah, you're all good.
All right, hang on.
That's exciting.
All right, let's do a couple more. Richard in Wentzville. Good morning, Richard.
Hey, happy birthday, Rizz.
Thanks, buddy. All right, Richard, here we go.
All right, Richard, the Strip House in New York, New York. Is that a gay bar or steakhouse?
Oh, let's go gay bar.
That is a steakhouse. Strip steak, Richard. Strip of steak. All right, what about this? The Pink Poodle in Crescent, Iowa. Is that a gay bar or a steakhouse?
I got to go gay bar on that.
Oh,
That is
that's
also a steakhouse.
It's tricky.
The Pink Poodle.
Richard's got his mind in the gutter this morning.
Brian in Overland. Good morning.
Good morning, Rizz. Happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy. Here we go. Gay bar, steakhouse.
Round the Bend in Ashland, Nebraska. Is that a gay bar or a steakhouse?
What was that again?
It's Round the Bend in Ashland, Nebraska.
Let's go gay bar.
No.
That's a steakhouse.
Next.
Next, the Ranchers Club in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Is that a gay bar or a steakhouse?
Steakhouse.
Yes.
Yes, very good, Ryan.
All right. Comes down to this.
Okay, Ryan. Caramba in Phoenix, Arizona.
Ay, caramba.
Is that a gay bar or a
Caramba.
steakhouse? Caramba.
Gay bar.
Yes,
it's a
Ryan.
gay bar.
Good, pal.
Whatever.
All right, Ryan, hang on. Excellent. Okay. All right, one more. Let's go to Matt in Dogtown. Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
All right, Matt, final contestant, Gay Bar Steakhouse. Here we go.
All right, Matt. Foggy's in Christmas, Michigan. Is that a gay bar or a steakhouse?
I'm going to go with steakhouse.
Yes.
Good for you.
Foggy's is a steakhouse. Next.
What about Napoleon's Itch in New Orleans, Louisiana? Gay bar or steakhouse?
Steakhouse.
Napoleon's Itch is a gay bar.
It's a gay bar. Let's see how you do here.
Comes down to this. Remember, you have Rafe if you need him.
Matt. Strip in Avon, Ohio. Is that a gay bar or a steakhouse? Strip.
Is my Rafe lifeline.
Rafe.
Rafe Williams.
For the win.
What were the two previous?
The two previous, what do you mean, like their names? They were gay bar steakhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They were Napoleon's
Say it
Itch and Foggy's.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
So this is Strip in Avon, Ohio.
Steakhouse.
Strip is a steakhouse.
All right.
Rafe. All right, Matt, hang on. And on a high note. It's
Love
wonderful.
that.
It's wonderful. I love that too.
I didn't want to go over.
Yeah, you weren't doing so well.
This is my
You
forte,
recovered.
too.
You recovered. All right.
Hold it out.
Congratulations to Rafe Williams. Ending with a win. Keep that energy because you got the E-memorium next.
Sweet.
All right, Rafe's E-memorium after the break. We have to say goodbye to a couple people.
Oh, yeah.
It's been, even though it was a short week,
we got it done,
we got it,
baby.
We got it done. All right, it's 8:35. It is Friday. Traffic and weather. Lern coming at you.
And it's brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more with the NASCAR Cup Series is June 1st and 2nd. Tickets available right now at www.raceway.com. A vehicle crash on westbound 270 at 70. The right lane is closed there. Your weather today, it's going to be 82 as the high. Clouds increasing into rain tonight. That's going to be with us tomorrow. Low of 64. Right now it's 71 at 8:35.
The cat dies in Boondock Saints.
That's right.
See? DoesTheCatDie.com. Where
That's
is
right.
that?
Oh, man. There is the dog, doesthedogdie.com.
I know.
That is a section for cats, apparently.
Oh, it does. Okay, great.
Yeah. Cat dies in Pet Cemetery. The Book of Eli, he eats a cat. Boondock Saints, Boondock Saints, Boondock Saints, Pet Cemetery. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, cat gets shot.
Oh, no.
Can't see. Boondock Saints. Yeah, I got it. Boondock Saints. Boondock Saints.
I mean, that is a tremendous
Boondock Saints.
cat death.
Boondock Saints. Okay. There you go.
Thanks.
Don't watch that movie.
I'm not.
Stay there.
To unwind after work today, have a few cocktails, maybe look no further than the party happening at Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill's 9 St. Louis area location. The party gets started every afternoon with Hot Shots Happy Hour from 3 to 6 every weekday and features great specials on your favorite cold drinks, including $3 domestic beers, and unbeatable specials on delicious Hot Shots Eats, including any of the big three, for only $4 each, including Hot Shots MVP smash burgers, small one-topping pizzas, and orders of boneless wings for only $4 each. You cannot beat that deal, and they go great with beer.
Yeah, Ray, from Arnold to Wentzville and O'Fallon to Bridgeton, there is a Hot Shots near you, and their team is serving up the best party and happy hour in the St. Louis area. You know, they were voted best sports bar in St. Louis for a reason. Swing by, see the Hot Shots team, and find a great party tonight. See all the locations and get the full menu of deliciousness at hotshotsnet.com. Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, your home for all the games all the time since 1990.
All right, so where it's, I actually made up a word this morning, and I'm so happy about this. Now, the last year and a half of all of our lives, the word synergy has been like kind of a gigantic joke. Like, there's all this stuff happening all over. You're just trying to make it work for the day.
Yeah.
But it seems like, Amy Lee, front woman of Evanescence, that you have a very synergistic year ahead of you. The album is out now. The single doing great. The big tour with Hailstorm later this year. This feels like synergy to me, and I bet you for you, it's finally like, huh, great, we're finally here.
Yeah, it feels really good. You know, part of last year and this time, something that's felt really good is just to keep going, just to go harder. Don't let it stop us. Don't let anything hold me down. Like just this feeling of, I can't waste a minute. I don't want to waste a day. We don't know if we have tomorrow. So it is time to just do what we were born to do. So kind of taking that attitude after the initial sort of like, frustration and heartbreak and just frustration. I want to say that word a lot because a lot of it was that, but also just anxiety and fear about everything. You know how this time has been. I don't have to describe it. But it's felt really good to sort of take control of the things that we can control, make great music, give something to our fans, and have something to look forward to and be excited about.
Now, can you kind of talk about how early on or what part of the process of recording the record were you when the pandemic hit and you guys had to split up?
Yeah, we went into this different regardless of anything. We didn't know about the pandemic or anything yet. We went in the studio January of 2020 just to do a couple of songs with Nick Raskulinix, our producer. Just sort of see how it goes, you know. We knew we had a few songs, but we knew we had a lot more music to write before we're going to be really ready to go in and record a full album. But like as time goes by, like I know how daunting and soul consuming in a good way, but also in a way it is to make an album. So we were just kind of being adults and going like, hey, why do we have to do this all at once the way we've always done it and lay all the drums first and know exactly what's going to happen? Why don't we just take a more free approach and be experimental about this and go in and do a few whole songs and then come back after the tour? So we were lucky that we started things off that way because we walked out of that studio with 4 finished mixed songs in March, right before we really couldn't be together for months. And I recorded the last few like vocal bits right here on this mic. And we've sort of mixed remotely. It was like right at the edge. So we had those songs to carry us through. Like we just started releasing them and simultaneously just dove into the creation of the rest of the record.
So do you think that this might be how you do it going forward as far as the recording?
You know, we went in the studio in like November of 2019 to record this cover of The Chain by Fleetwood Mac for a video game commercial. And it was so fun and satisfying and good to go and just focus on one thing. Really, that's what inspired the idea. So we went in going, hey, like we don't have to play by anybody's rules. We can go in whenever we want. Like, let's just do it a piece at a time. I love that. Mm-hmm. I like the idea of we're a band who loves albums. I love transitions and intros and an epic journey and the whole tale. But I also love the freedom of living in a world where it's totally acceptable. Just go record a song for no reason and put it out there. So I think that we're going to embrace that mentality moving forward. It doesn't always have to be the whole thing.
I was having a conversation with one of our younger staff members a couple of weeks ago, And he mentioned to me that he had just started listening to full lengths, like in, he was, mid-20s guy. And, Amy, it still blows me away that's, that we are sort of almost the anomaly in being ones that love all those aspects.
Jewelry, ninjabling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show. So if you got your loved one an engagement ring from Moritz Jewelry, you did good. You're starting off the rest of your life on a great foot, the right foot. You haven't been ripped off. You made a great purchase. You done good. Listen, Moritz Jewelry, they've been around for 40 years, and they are the ethical jeweler. And I could truly say that with all the stories that, we hear from people that have gone to other jewelry places and have been ripped off, or God forbid you went and got a diamond, a loose diamond on the internet. What are you doing? Moritz Jewelry, buying an engagement ring is one of the biggest purchases you will ever make. So you want to do it the right way. And I get it. You want to do your due diligence. You want to shop around. But do yourself a favor and go to Moritz first. Tell them your budget. They'll show you what they have to offer. And then go look around. And that's fine. Because they're confident enough that you'll be back. It's Moritz Jewelry. Go to ninjabling.com. Get the address. Get the phone number. Make an appointment. That's how it works. Sit in a private office. Moritz Jewelry, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show, ninjabling.com, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
All right, so here we are backstage, the Stiefel Theater. Mr. Nathaniel Rateliff, how you doing, sir?
I'm great. I've heard there's been some going back and forth about the pronunciation of the theater, because this used to be the Kiel Auditorium, right?
It was Kiel,
right?
Then
Memoriam. All right, here's a random question that somebody asked. If you could choose one, which of these would you pick? Okay, here are your options. 3 options. Would you rather be 5 times richer, 5 times more attractive, or 5 times smarter? Meaning your IQ would be 5 times what it is now.
Oh, man. 5 times smarter for me. I'm an idiot.
So 5. Oh.
No, I'm not. No, let me say this. I wish, and this is a warning to young people. I did not pay attention enough in high school and middle school, and those are the foundational education pavement that you need, and you're going to be playing catch up for the rest of your life with all your friends that are smarter. So yeah, I would go. Let's expand my intelligence.
So 5 times smarter for you.
Yeah.
King Scott.
Well, my IQ's way too high already. So I think that's off the
That's off the table. Yeah, I get it.
The looks, that's a great one, but I think I'm going money. Got to go
5
money.
times richer.
Yeah.
Rafe.
Give me the options again.
5 times richer, 5 times more attractive, or 5 times smarter?
5 times smarter sounds good in theory, but I know a lot of that would put you in such a small echelon of people that it might ruin your life.
Or you could be making bank.
Well,
because of what you're doing with that.
But I know a lot of geniuses that are they're lonely. You're almost so smart
Rafe,
that you don't have.
And this is why I would not pick that. So the average IQ is 100, which would mean 5 times is 500. So you would be surrounded by idiots.
It really would be lonely.
Yeah, because they always say if you're the smartest in your friend group, you need a new friend group.
And just being 5 times, assuming that I'm average or above average intelligence, you're going to be twice as smart as the smartest person on earth. You'd be bored by a genius.
Your IQ would be 500.
That would be a weird, that'd be a weird place to be.
My personality could support that, I feel like. If I knew more and I could figure things out, that's the control that I want.
But imagine other people not being able to understand you. It's like the Socrates, Plato's cave, right? You try to explain your thoughts and the things that you understand, and everyone is so dumb in comparison to you that they cannot grasp
what you're even saying.
Anything that you know.
I kind of have that going on already. I feel like I can't explain
But that's
myself.
on the opposite end of the spectrum.
I'm already living that.
Now it's just because you get distracted by a shiny object.
Nah, my empathy and my love, I wouldn't hate that about people. I think I would own it and be all right.
So what are you going with?
Be nice to be 5 times better looking. I feel like I could turn that into some money. Right?
Sure.
It's OnlyFans. Maybe get into acting.
Yeah,
Pretty people
modeling.
get good-looking people just
can't
get a
have
free
it all.
ride.
Doors open.
You get a
Doors
free
open that
ride.
are otherwise closed.
Huh?
Doors,
yeah.
Doors are open that are otherwise closed
Oh, yeah.
to good-looking people.
And it's tough, I make a decent living. 5 times that would be good. I don't know that it's going to put me in like it's not going to launch me into the upper echelon of like the top 1%.
I'm going looks for me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprising.
I could see that.
You both are
How
nuts.
about it?
I'm going looks
Yeah.
because looks, confidence.
Does it also give you an instant six-pack? Because if that's the case,
Here's the thing. If you're that good looking, you don't need to be smart and you don't need the money because it'll come. So it's almost like you get the other two things, right?
yeah, you're basically
I almost,
a trust fund
I
without being
almost
a
look at
trust
it as a gift for my wife, too.
Does anybody have it all? Who has the looks, the brains, and the money? It's not Bezos. It's not Elon. Because they're
fund.
not
Bill
hot.
Gates.
Gina
Bill
Davis.
Gates. No.
Oh,
She's got a ton of money.
Gina Davis is a Mensa member.
Gina Davis is a member of Mensa.
Yep.
She's a successful actress. She is very famous and wealthy. I think
Gina Davis. Mm-hmm. She's got it all.
there we go.
Dolph Lundgren, believe it or not.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren.
Also
yeah.
a molecular engineer or something and a member of Mensa. Got to have a career in Hollywood. World champion, heavyweight kickboxer.
Attractive.
Very handsome.
Very
Let me
good
look.
looking.
I will be the judge.
6'5", very good looking. He's old and still good looking.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
He was in a great Brandon Lee film, I believe.
So you're going to go, what are you going with?
I'm probably going to go, I mean, as much as it would be nice to be that smart, but I feel like you'd be like Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. Like you would just become like,
Yeah.
she thinks she would keep her like love and empathy, but it would affect that part of
I'd
you.
be on Saturn for sure.
You'd lose that. Like you'd get
No.
so frustrated. I really do think it would change your personality. Because I've met smart people. I've met geniuses. I worked with a doctor in Carbondale who was literally a child genius. She had her law degree and was an OBGYN doc. And she was very hard to talk. She was so bored with everyone. She almost was off-putting.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like she was rude, but you were just
And that's
boring
what
to
a lot
her.
of very smart people come off as, like rude, but they just can't relate to you.
She literally couldn't. She would do the New York Times crossword puzzle in like 4 minutes. I'd watch it. She'd sit in there while they were prepping her room and do like the Saturday puzzle, not the Monday.
Nothing
Yeah,
they
like-
do or say they could relate to.
No, it was like the things they want to talk about are so intellectually heavy and dense that like everyone around them, it would be like hanging out with 3-year-olds all day.
Well, what do you think America said?
Money.
Looks.
Money.
You say money, you both say looks. It's smarter.
Really?
America said they'd rather be 5 times smarter,
Good for America.
then richer, then more attractive.
Yeah, I've been dogging America all day, and I'm lining up with it.
Yeah.
You know? I'm happy about that.
And the poll actually had another couple options too. Mental strength, stronger physically, and 5 times more popular.
Mental strength.
Mental strength.
Like
They
that.
define that as working well under pressure and being more mentally resilient.
I was hoping you could bend spoons or something.
So smarter, richer,
Yeah.
attractive, mental strength, physical, and then 5 times more popular was the last one. So if you threw those in there, what would you want?
that one, probably popular.
I'm staying with attractive.
Yeah. I'm on the fence with smarter and attractive. I definitely wouldn't do the money because I feel like with attractiveness or intelligence, you could earn
Yes.
more than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you're right.
Yes.
The attractive
So,
is the way to go.
It would just really come down to like, am I scared that I would be so smart that it would be like a monkey's paw situation or not? Because I don't think you could be so good looking that you're like, oh, this sucks.
I'm way
Yeah.
too good looking.
Everyone gives me everything I want. This is terrible.
Guys, there's
keep-
plenty of attractive people that are very lonely and say that everybody's mean to them. So I don't think that
That's true.
you can't have it all.
Well, it's
The human
because
condition.
beauty's on the inside.
Sure. I mean, depression will hound you no matter what, but it'd be nice to be good looking too.
Yeah, that's true.
It can't hurt.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get down to business.
Yes.
Time to say goodbye. It's time for this week's E-memorium. Ladies and gentlemen, Rafe Williams.
This week's E-memorium brought to you by Inskip Law Firm and Estate Planning. If you own anything, then you have an estate. And you have to make sure that things are set up properly for your family, or they're going to spend thousands of dollars in attorney's fees just to get what should be theirs already. Go to inskiplaw.com and check it out. That's INSKIPLAW.com. He does real estate planning documents and a death binder, just like Lern's mom has. And we'll be giving out free fireproof document containers to the first 10 listeners to attend an appointment. So if you set up an appointment, tell them you're a RizzShow listener, you get a free fireproof safe to keep all your docs in. Can't get much better than that. Now, let's get going on this E-memorium. For those of you that don't know, the E-memorium is a send-off to people that we pissed off or came unhinged or just for some reason decided they were mad at us this week and sent us emails, or maybe we stepped in it and we need to acknowledge that and move on. It's much like the Oscars in memoriam. I don't think so either. In fact, let me clear my throat.
God damn.
Here we go. In memoriam for me. First up, Dr. Phil. Get that button ready.
Oh.
No, not the beloved TV talk show predator masquerading
Somebody
as...
touched my pee-pee.
Okay, poor timing. We'll get there. No, not the beloved TV talk show predator masquerading as a doctor while exploiting and abusing vulnerable people and openly mocking guests who came to him for actual mental health using folksy colloquialisms like, that dog won't hunt, Buster, or...
Hey, back off.
Or, I don't care how much you flatten a pancake, it's got two sides.
I'm
Or...
horrified.
Nope.
You can suck this.
Yeah, that's not real, is it?
No.
Anyway, not that man who's just Jerry Springer in a better suit and hasn't been licensed to practice clinical psychology since 2006 and stopped doing episodes about marriage communication in favor of episodes like, and I'm not making this up, I want to give up my car-stealing, knife-wielding, twerking 13-year-old daughter who tried to frame me for a crime. That's a true title of one episode of Dr. Phil. But no, we actually found a worse and far more annoying Dr. Phil. We found Dr. Phil on weed. That's right. We had to fire a listener this week after a fairly mundane discussion about marijuana, which we all agreed should be legal for recreational use and used medically as prescribed, but could also possibly, in a small subset of daily users, enhance anxiety or create problematic usage if you remain high 24/7 to suppress dealing with personal issues or traumas from your past, which prompted listener Phil to not only email us in a tirade and tell me to go F myself, but also email the station behind our back like a little tattletale. Wah. It is interesting for someone who's so pro-weed to be such a frickin' narc. Because he sent this email, and I quote, to our station manager, who on the Rizz Show has a medical degree. I'm curious because they spent a long time shaming people who take their doctor-prescribed medication daily. Their conversation about cannabis was incredibly problematic. Was it, Phil? Because we listened back to that segment, and guess what? 100% lies. Not true. You made that up. At no point did we ever shame anyone on medical marijuana. In fact, Lern was an advocate for it for a friend who was using it to recover from a cancer diagnosis. And I'm also only assuming, since Phil demands a medical degree to participate in any discussion about marijuana, that he must be a licensed MD with years of clinical research under his belt. Otherwise, he's just a liar and a hypocrite. So, Dr. Phil, as the other Dr. Phil would say, somewhere there's a village missing their idiot.
Here's a good idea. Let's all get drunk.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Next up,
That's perfect.
all the other potheads.
Oh, great.
One rung on the ladder below Dr. Phil. Every other pothead came alive this week. If you can't have any discussion about weed without all of your resident pothead experts weighing in. Guys, chill out. We like weed. Take a weed gummy. See above statement with Dr. Phil. Bye-bye. Next
Relax.
Relax. Take a gummy. Chill. Okay? Watch an Alan Watts video. Next up, baby showers. We upset a few parents this week when we stated that we would all prefer to be on the receiving end of a golden shower rather than be invited to your baby shower.
This is true. This is actually factual.
That's literally factual. Sorry, but it is true. That was the next sentence. Congrats on your week pullout game, but why do we have to let that ruin our Saturday afternoon, you know? You can keep those pastel-colored luciments in a styrofoam bowl to yourself. I don't know why they serve those at every baby shower, but for some reason, they do. We're good. Speaking of pulling out, we're not coming. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey-o.
Woo. Fun. Love it.
Next up, this is a tough one. Veteran orphans.
Oh, God. What?
Veteran orphans.
That's right. We all know that Senator from Wildwood, Scott Rizzuto, loathes and detests fat people, tall people, and single moms. That's been established on this show.
Yes, clearly.
Well, this week he reared his ugly head and added to the list that he also hates orphans and veterans. And if you're a veteran orphan or an orphan veteran, well, he hates you twice as much. And if you happen to be a fat, tall, single, orphan veteran mom, well,
Oh, man.
he said he would like to ship you to North Korea or, quote, sell you to that leprosy island we talked about earlier in the show, end quote.
With armadillos.
Yeah, we thought we were doing a segment about adopting pets to try to help, animals in need, but we were quickly reminded by some of our wonderful, intelligent listeners that by doing that segment, it was a slap in the face to orphans and veterans everywhere, and in no way were these messages terrible false equivalency arguments or virtue signaling. No, it was proof positive that Rizz, and only Rizz, once innocent, parentless children and heroes that fought for our freedom wiped off the face of the earth. So to orphan veterans, veteran orphans, and fat, tall, single moms,
Yes.
bye-bye.
What can I say?
And finally, this one hurts. We had to say goodbye to Taco John's in Sykeston, Missouri. Skynet. Yeah, it's tough. This is a
Literally
tough one.
say goodbye to it.
Literally, it's gone. A tornado took it out. Skynet and Taco Bell and Cyberdyne Systems, funded by the Yum Corporation, have launched their first offensive in the future taco wars by destroying a Taco John's in Sykeston and blaming it on high winds and tornadoes. Don't be fooled by their propaganda. Skynet has gone live, and the war against the Taco Bell machines is now imminent. R.I.P. to the first fortress of fast food to fall in this brutal conflict. You will be avenged. Bye-bye.
Dang.
And now for the real RIPs. Only had one this week that I know of. Feel free to correct me in this area. But we had Doug Engel, co-founder of Iron Butterfly and singer of their signature song, "And I Gotta Love You, Baby," died Friday at the age of 78. I believe he was the final member of Iron Butterfly to pass on, to leave his cocoon and fly to heaven. So RIP Doug Engel. And that concludes this week E-memorium, brought to you by Inskip Law Firm and Estate Planning.
There we go. Thank you, Rafe. I would like to add one more to
Feel free. Please do.
the real E-memorium. We say goodbye to a gentleman by the name of Henry Earl. Henry Earl. Oh, hey, Louis. Louis is here.
Good timing.
Louis is here, and Chris Kerber.
I didn't want to depress Louis with the E-memorium.
And Chris Kerber. We do got to say goodbye to the world's most arrested man.
Oh.
Henry Earl passed away last weekend at the age of 74. He was arrested over 1,300 times.
Can I also add somebody?
Sure.
Bill Walton also passed away.
Oh,
this
Bill Walton.
Oh, yeah. I missed that one.
Grateful
Sorry,
Dead
Bill.
enthusiast, coach, and NBA icon. Thank you.
I know I'm coming in late on you on this one. Was there one crime that he was arrested for the most?
He was
like, which was his favorite?
1,300 arrests, mostly alcohol related.
Yeah.
Drunk in public.
Gotcha.
The guy likes to have a good time.
I appreciate that Louis took his helmet off and put it over his chest for Bill Walton. That was nice.
I thought it was for Henry Earl, the world's most arrested man.
Yeah, it was.
Hey guys.
Hey, if you're arrested that many times, you just give him a key.
I don't know.
Just show up when you
like
know.
Otis.
Come home, come to the bar. Just come sleep it off here and save our cops the
Let
trouble.
me see. Criminal history dates back to the 70s, which actually they think he was arrested more towards the 1,500 times side of things.
Yeah.
Over 6,000 days in jail.
Gosh.
Yeah, so R.I.P. Henry Earl.
Yeah, what a bummer.
The world's most arrested man. We salute you. Chris, Louis, hi guys. I do have to thank Chris, by the way, because Chris and I was sitting in my car on Tuesday. And by the way, Chris's birthday was Tuesday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I was having like a full-on kind of anxiety panic attack, and we were just kind of rapping. You know, my son had gotten his permit, and we were going out for his first driving lesson, and I was Chris really talked me off the ledge.
Thank God somebody
That
did it. Thank you for your service.
No, and you gave me some very sage advice. You know, before my son for the first time took the wheel of a killing machine.
Yeah, because you got to look at it that way, don't you? I mean, if there's of all the different things you talk to your kids about, cars, getting behind the wheel is the most serious one that you could have.
Yeah.
Because your life and somebody else's life could change in a blink. Phone rings, you look down at it, whammo, life's over.
Yeah.
Right? So it was, I was telling Rizz, I just don't mince words with my kids when it comes to driving.
No.
You know, and, green light does not mean go.
And you really, bless you,
Yeah.
sneeze the truth.
Sorry.
And you laid it down. You said before that kid even turns on the car, you got to tell him everything I say in this vehicle goes. There is to be no questions.
Yeah.
There is to be no questions about anything. What Dad says goes.
Yeah, so when you're driving with your kids for the first time, and the kids are at the age, I mean, they're supposed to question things to a certain degree, right? But you know what you can't question? If I say stop, don't ask why, stop, we'll talk about why later.
Yeah.
Right? Turn now, or, and so, yeah, if you don't, and one of my oldest daughter at one point, she goes, well, why? And that we literally just pulled right off to the side of the road. I go, never again. You will do exactly what you're told while we're learning to drive, and we'll describe it, we'll discuss it. You can ask all the questions later, but let's stay out of the wreck.
So I told him that. I almost repeated your little speech to me verbatim to him. I said, there's no questions. When I say to do something, you do it immediately. So he took a turn a little too quick. We were in the Lafayette High School parking lot. I made a little course.
Yeah.
We were driving around. He took a turn too quick, and I go, hey, slow down. He goes, I'm not going fast. I go, stop the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop the car.
And did you reiterate it to him at that point again?
Said,
if I say do it, do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And he stopped the car, and we had a very pleasant afternoon driving around, and it was great. So thank you. I appreciate the sage words of advice from Father of the Year, Christopher Kerber.
So I'm a bit dyslexic, and we pulled out of our subdivision. We lived in Chesterfield Hill there, right off of that South Outer 40, just past 141. So I was driving. My mom's in the seat, and I look in the back, and I'm like, "Whoa, isn't that cool?" She goes, "What?" I go, "Look at that car behind us. They brought it over from England." And she goes, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Right.
And I go, "The driver's on the wrong side." Like, so me looking in the rearview mirror and reverse thing, she goes,
"Yeah,
literally on the outer road. Pull over. You're done for the day."
Yeah.
They're going to take away your keys soon, honestly.
She's like, pull over. You're not driving anymore
about,
today.
Taking the keys away from Dad. He's getting senile.
Oh, boy.
That could,
That's the next time
We may
you're
have to
going
have
to be
that
told
discussion, Chris. Hey, listen, let's talk about what you guys are here for.
Yeah.
It is a blues trivia night. It's the first one ever on June 12th.
Yes, which is We Went Blues Day. That's the day the Blues won the Stanley Cup for the first time in franchise history, June 12th. Yeah. So June 12th has become We Went Blues Day in honor of Brett Hull's great speech. Right? And, which is, I absolutely love it. It's so much better than Let's Go Blues Day or Bleed Blue Day or something like that.
We went Blues Day.
Just so organically perfect and tied to such an amazing part of this franchise and Brett. So love that. So as part of they're going to air on 101, they're going to re-air Game 7 that evening. Mm-hmm. If you go to stlouisblues.com, you can see all the details. Great partnership with Channel 4 and still working a couple details out, but we're trying to air all 4 clinching games, on one of those digital channels.
That's cool.
Which would be really cool. And then Louis decided to put together a trivia night. So
nice.
Tom Calhoun's going to be the one asking all the questions, but Joe Vitale and Randy Carricker are going to be hosting.
That's great.
And there'll be special guests in between each round. So it's 10 rounds of hockey, heavy-centric blues-related trivia, some arenas, a lot of stuff with the Stanley Cup playoffs from 2019 as well. So, and the great part is all the money that's being raised at that trivia night is going to Blues for Kids.
Oh, nice.
And tables are only $300 a table. So for 10 people, it's $30 a person.
Oh, that's great.
Right?
Sweet.
And like I said on the fast lane there, or, if you've got basically Randy wanting to buy a table for himself and not have any friends to mess up his mind.
That's what team I want to be on, is Randy Carricker's team.
Yeah, and just sit there. I'll get the water, you do the trivia and things. So so it's only $300 a table, so it's nice and cheap, and all the money goes to and it's going to be right down on the floor at Enterprise Center? Down on the floor at Enterprise Center.
And there's always the one guy at the trivia table that's the expert at everything.
Yeah.
Are you going to give somebody else a chance to answer questions?
Hell no,
Randy.
go for the win.
You ask those people
go
to
for the win.
Go for the win.
And I was that person at a trivia night a couple years ago where listen, I know everything pop culture.
You do.
I'm a pop culture savant.
Okay, so Louis got a blues trivia question for you.
Oh,
Which
no.
3 players led the Blues in goals, assists, and points in the 2019 playoffs?
Okay, let me go.
Now, and it's one player for each.
Oh.
So it's 3 different players.
Okay, so who led in goals, who led in assists, and who led in points?
Correct.
I know the assist.
Well, Bennington, right, is on
No.
the list. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well,
well, what position?
he's a goalie, right?
Okay, that's Scott.
Yeah, I'm going to say
swear to
Alex
God, I love it when she does
Petrangelo for
sports. It's
assist.
my favorite. Yeah.
Petrangelo for assists. Okay, Scott got that.
Hey,
Oh,
way to go,
Scott.
King
Where's
Scott!
Scott?
You know, I know my stuff.
Whose butt did you pull that out of?
I don't know.
Total points.
Let's see.
Was it Shen?
No. It was the Conn Smythe winner,
Yes, of course.
which I knew you knew that.
And I do
It was
know
O'Reilly?
this.
Yes.
Oh, Ryan O'Reilly.
Yeah!
Yes, of course. I
All right,
love
who led in
him.
goals? Who led in goals? Go ahead, Rafe.
Tereschenko.
Think Mel Brooks, Spaceballs.
Mel Brooks. Okay, you're speaking my language, Curbs.
Mel Brooks,
We're combing
Spaceballs.
the beach.
Barf.
What are we doing?
Yeah,
Barf?
Remember
John
Barf playing
Candy?
for the.
No,
Oh,
no, it didn't say May the Force be with you.
Moranis.
Oh,
Schwartz.
it's Schwartz.
Yeah.
Jaden
May the
Schwartz.
May the
Schwartz be with you.
Good call.
So it's questions like this.
Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
sure.
See, now you guys are the only ones I think I could probably throw that Mel Brooks one out and we could make
May the
progress.
Schwartz
Thank you
be
for
with
that.
Did Randy get those right away?
Yeah, they got 2 of the 3. He didn't get
Randy
the,
didn't get the third one?
No, he got the points and
What
he
an
got
idiot.
the goals.
What an idiot.
Carricker.
You know, it just dawned on me
Character,
that if it weren't for
what an idiot.
cameras, nobody
Randy
would know
Character.
that Louis was actually here.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
Louis is actually here. Like, we could have just pretended that Louis was here.
Yeah.
Being radio.
Yeah, but remember, we're on camera, too.
I know, that's what I said. If it weren't for the cameras,
Yeah.
we could.
Yeah.
People are
I love
loving
him on
Louis.
Mike.
Yeah, people love Louis. This guy lights up a room. Anytime this guy walks into a room, lit up.
It's
I know.
incredible.
You
Lit
do
up.
bring a lot of joy to the
Yeah.
games and to everything you do, and you're making trivia nights. I mean, look at you. You're in board meetings, making up trivia nights, the first ever. How long have the Blues been around? Since
Looks like he
67,
combed
right?
His hair with a nice
50, how many years? 55? What year is
Something
it?
like that.
54?
50. Well, don't ask me.
Oh,
Okay.
come on with the math.
With the math.
67.
It's
What is
Friday.
Louis, I got a
amazing.
contract negotiation coming up. It'd be kind of cool to have you in
It
the room.
really would
Oh,
be
that's
your
a
lawyer.
Smart.
I feel like
To be your
if you-
agent?
I feel like if you slid a napkin across the table to Tommy Mattern, I'm getting some extra cash.
it? Not a bad idea.
I love the We Went Blues. And did Brett Hull say We Went Blues at the parade?
No, this was on stage. All right, so we got time for a real quick story
Yeah,
for
of
you on
course.
this? Okay. Behind the scenes that most people don't know, that these are stories that have to start,
On
have to
stage
start
at the
telling.
parade, right?
This is on stage at the parade. Nobody was supposed to be on stage. As a matter of fact, I had just gone onto the stage. All right, so it's part of the planning with Randy Gersh, Mike Caruso, and all this stuff, okay? All right, we were not going to interview alumni. We're keeping things clean. Nobody's supposed to be on stage because anytime somebody went up on stage, the TV cameras thought the stage show was about to start, but the players with the parade were still going. We couldn't start till the players got there. So at one point, I even had to excuse the mayor, Lyda Cruson, and Sam Page off the stage. They were standing in the back waiting to be introduced. Like,
off
dude,
stage.
we aren't even close here. You guys got to get off stage because it keeps screwing up the TV production.
Man, everything was delayed.
Everything was delayed
It
because
was-
the players, right.
It rained that day. The players were taking a long time on the parade route. If you
Yeah.
want to put your headphones on, by the way, I have the speech.
Do you? Okay.
I have the entire
All right.
speech.
So no one's supposed to talk. We've kicked everybody off the stage, and I tell a police officer at the corner of the stage, don't let anybody else up on stage. I'm sitting down where my view of the podium is blocked, and I had some people coming over, some other politicians and people I was supposed to acknowledge and introduce when we start the program. And all of a sudden, I hear Brett Hull's voice.
The unmistakable
And I looked
voice
back.
of-
Jason Pippy was producing the stage show, and Jason Pippy's in the back. And I go, when did we add a video? He goes, it's not a video, it's live. And he points, I'm pointing forward, and I look around this pole, and there's Brett Hull, and went, whoa. Then I see Doug Armstrong go towards the stage, and went, oh. And then he comes to me, he goes, I know, we got to get him off. Okay. And so I grab Panger. Now, at this point, I haven't been paying attention to
Tiny
anything
little
he
Panger,
said.
yeah.
Right? So I grab Panger. Like, come on, we got to get him off. He goes, we got to do what? I go, I know. We got to get him off stage. I go to the cop, and I said, what happened to not letting anybody on stage? And he says, it's Brett Hall. I went, yep, fair enough. Okay. I'm with you.
Stop him.
You're not going to stop him, right? So we go up. We're literally talking, how do we do this? And I said, well, I'm kind of a fan of Animal House, so let's do the, Germans. Hey, leave him alone. He's on a roll. I'm like, nah, we don't want to be part of a meme here, right? So we just get up there. I had a little signal behind my back to Jason, and when Brett took a breath and it sounded like it was a good stopping point, cut the mic. So we did. And we're like, okay, so Brett knew the mic was cut at that point in time, and he looks to the left, he looks at me, looks to the right, Pang looks at me, he goes, is this your guys' way of telling me to blank off? Yeah. We're like, no, we just got to keep things moving, Brett, and we kind of helped steer him off the stage. But it was just so golden Brett perfect.
Yes.
Here's Brett Hall from the Stanley Cup Parade.
Never mind, he just walked away from the stage. There he is.
Oh, look at
This is from Fox 2,
Changed over the last couple of weeks.
from their coverage. He's hooping it up. He's hollering.
Notice they haven't given him a microphone. Good job.
Notice they haven't given him a microphone.
Oh, here we go.
Ric Flair.
Look at his T-shirt.
history could have imagined how this day would ever end. And guess what? It's not gonna end.
Yeah, he's got a Bud Select in his hand, by the way. Oh, the DMX.
Well, his T-shirt is the famous picture from the ice of Brett giving a hand gesture. We have all come to recognize.
You can say let's go blues all you want, but you know what?
What?
We went blues.
Dude, it's the best.
Unreal. Listen, it wasn't supposed to happen, and that's
was
what I love
organic.
about those organic moments.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Like here's another real quick one for you. Okay, I don't know if I should. I'll say this, but so in the planning meetings, we were told, remember the year before, T.J. Oshie and the Washington Capitals just went bonkers. Like they're drinking beers through the jerseys and stuff like that.
That's Ovechkin's never-ending summer.
So Doug Armstrong kind of wanted to avoid some embarrassing potential moments. So he says, I don't want anybody interviewed that's drunk. And to this day, I got to ask him if he was serious. But he left the room, and if he wasn't serious, it could have been just the greatest prank he ever pulled on us. And he does have that kind of sense of humor. So we leave, and we're like, okay, well, all the players bum rush the stage. They're all bombed. It was supposed to be an introduction. Everything goes on. So Doug says on the show, he goes, you ought to interview, like during the stage show, you ought to interview Larry Robinson, because Larry Robinson, who had won 9 Stanley Cups as a player, a coach, or a manager in the NHL, Larry Robinson was part of our management team. He goes, we told the players, let's win one for the thumb. Let's win his 10th. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I go, really? He goes, yeah, interview him. So I said, Panger. So Panger's interviewing a player. I said, Panger, Army wants you to interview Larry Robinson next. So ask him about one for the thumb. So Panger pulls Robinson out on stage. Everybody's down there. He goes, okay. He goes, heard it was about one for the thumb. And he goes, yep. He goes, one for the thumb. And I got this for Boston. And because he was a Montreal Canadian, and right on stage just drops the bird to Boston. Right? So even some of the greatest unplanned moments came out of that thing. So it's We Went Blues Day. It'll be a whole celebration.
Yes.
It's the 5th anniversary of the Cup. You want to always be a little careful. Like we want to just have fun with those moments. But you guys have heard Tom Stillman recently. Like he is primed and is all about getting this team back to where they can win another one, and that's the most important mission. So we'll celebrate the 5th year anniversary a little bit. We've got trivia night June 12th. Tickets are basically $300 a table, so $30 a piece when you put your group together. You can get it online at stlouisblues.com/trivia. All the other We Went Blues Day stuff is on the website as well, and you guys are awesome as always.
Well,
so
thank you, Chris. Thank you,
guys.
Louie.
Yeah,
the
congrats.
best. stlouisblues.com/trivia. All right, quick break. We'll come back. Lern's got sports. Yes.
Yeah, you want to stick around, Kerber?
I love it.
9:17 Friday, traffic and weather. One final look, Lern coming at you.
And it's brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. This weekend, the Confluence Music Festival with Ludacris, Riley Green, and more, and that NASCAR Cup Series is happening. Get your tickets at www.raceway.com. Out there, we have nothing to report. You're doing great. Keep it up. Your weather today will get up to 82. Clouds moving in. Rain with us tomorrow. 82 is the high. 64 tonight. Right now it's 72 out there at 9:17.
Hey, it's Jeff backstage at Wayback Point Fest in freaking living color. Look at those guys. They're right there. Thank you guys for taking the time to do this. Much appreciated. Let's get this out of the way. I have an amazing story about, and I just told this on the show. I do the morning show. I'm part of the morning show on the Point. A million years ago when you guys were on a tour opening with Rolling Stones. Yeah. Or for Rolling Stones, whatever. Are they closed for you guys is the way I look at it. You guys did the stop at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Yes. 1990, whatever it was, or 80, whatever 89. It was. 89. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm 52. I'm right there. Okay. Right. So my dad was a huge fan of the Rolling Stones. Right. Not in great health at the time. Wasn't walking very well. So I drove him because I'm a fan of you guys, and I was a fan of Rolling Stones because I had to be. And we roll up in his truck, and I let him out at the curb so he can walk in and find his seats. Right. And while I park his truck. He gets out, and you guys are already on. And he goes, "What the hell is that god-awful noise like that?" And I was like, "Dad, that's..."
Talking ticks, we're talking mosquitoes. Listen, I want to hang out in my backyard and not be eaten alive. Amco, Ranger, Termite, and Pest Solutions, protecting what matters since 1965. Protect your family, protect your property. Amco Ranger, local company, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. They are committed to getting you the best pest management services available. They stand behind every single service they perform. So if you're not 100% satisfied with Amco Ranger, they will work to make it right. And you'll always get the best price. They guarantee it. Trusted, local, family-owned since 1965. They have over 55 years of experience serving the area. A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. All the employees are licensed. They're well-trained, they're background checked, and hundreds, thousands of satisfied customers, including myself. I'm a proud client of Amco Ranger. 636-441-BUGS. That's 636-441-BUGS online. AmcoRanger.com. Protecting what matters since 1965.
Here's something that I firmly believe, and we're just going to start the interview here because it just seems like a good place to pop off. But I want the artist to do what the artist wants to do. If you want to make 5 radio songs in a row, great. If you want to make 5 fan tracks in a row, great, because I feel like it's your art. So who the hell are we to tell you when it needs to be a radio single or when it needs to be this or that? It needs to be whatever the hell you're feeling, whenever the hell you're feeling it.
Yeah, and you're right. It froze a little bit. Popular Monster was not supposed to be a radio song, by the way. As you could tell, the bridge is like death metal almost, like the scream and stuff. I was like, okay, the rest of the song is like sick. I was like, this is never going to be on the radio. Let's put double kick in the let's make the bridge the craziest thing you've ever heard. And lo and behold, it went straight to #1, went platinum. And I was like, wow, and then they came to me, dude. Wow. So then after that, I found a formula, and there's like this formula and it worked and it's what I wanted it to do. And you're absolutely right. You let the artist do whatever they want. And, and you don't, it's like the opposite of selling out almost. Like, I did what I wanted to do and it worked, I love that. So it's brilliant.
Absolutely. And also too, Ronnie, I think this whole sellout thing, it to me, man, like everybody's trying to eat and everybody's trying to make their best art. So I feel like that sellout label that gets thrown around from time to time is largely completely unfair and most of the time total bull. And so, I just want the artist to do what the artist wants to do, because ultimately in the end, it's going to be better musically when you guys are able to feel it, right?
I'll tell you what, yeah. Would you hold a Pepsi in a commercial for $1 million?
Would I? I drink Pepsi. Yeah. I would hold up one with Diet Pepsi for $1 million. Are you kidding? Tomorrow, Ronnie, are you offering? Because if you are, I'm accepting.
Of course. Yes. It's like usually people are like, you're a sellout, would literally do the same thing. They're insane.
Right.
If someone's like, you want $1 million? Here's a Pepsi, hold it in a commercial. Sure. Well, there's certain things I wouldn't do. I don't want to compromise my integrity, but of course I'm going to do that, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like-
You know, here's a question for you. As you know, man, as I look at it from my point of view, the band is massively successful by all metrics, by ticket sales, by streams, by all of those things, man. Like this is a big band. But at this point in your career, Ronnie, as an artist and as a musician, what is success to you? What you know what I mean? Like, what is it? Is it a #1 song? Is it a sold out show? What is it to you at this point in your career that you view success?
I would say, which the perfect question to ask right now, because last night I just saw Artist of the Year Billboard were #1. Oh, and guess who #2 is?
Metallica.
Yeah, dude. That's it, dude. Dude. So, and people are like, well, Metallica's old, dude. Yeah, cool, I guess. I'm like, well, you don't see Bring Me the Horizon up there, and they're huge, and I like the band, and that's my competition. So it's saying something. So Stranger Things is definitely much bigger than my band, and TikTok is also bigger than my band, and that is what made Metallica go crazy again. And the fact that we're #1 over that is saying a lot to me. So I'm stoked. I just found out last night. I saw the thing. I was like, oh my God, man. Are you serious? My whole band freaking out, dude. My label, they're just like, it's super, super cool, man. It's like,
well, one of the things I did want to ask you about, man, is that, you know, I've been a music lover for a long time.
Is totally ridiculous, but with grocery store prices the way they are, listen, it's worth asking, okay? If you only needed half a carrot, would you buy a bag of carrots, buy one individual carrot, or grab a carrot in the produce section, snap it in half, and just pay for the weight of that piece of carrot?
I would buy a bundle of carrots.
Yeah.
Big
If you
carrots.
needed one carrot?
Yeah. You always need carrots.
Come on.
What do you need one little itty bitty carrot for?
I mean, if you're making something that says I need one carrot.
That's stupid. No, you're buying the
whole thing.
There's a video making the rounds of somebody taking a snapped off chunk of carrot to the self-checkout, then weigh it, and it comes out to 8 cents. The caption asks, is this a hack or highly unethical behavior?
Or legal. Is that allowed? I guess you're paying for what you're getting.
Yeah, but nobody's, I don't know.
Yeah, you're not going to buy
Unless-
the other half. You just
unless-
wasted it.
Yeah, nobody's going to buy the other half a
Because
carrot.
you assume somebody bit that off.
Right.
Yeah, if I see a half a snapped carrot in the carrot bundle, I'm assuming somebody ate it or something's wrong with it. You know, some people are asking, you know, is this wasteful? Because it's very unlikely that somebody else would buy the other half.
Well, what's up
very
with
wasteful.
bananas then? Because I've seen people take, oh, I only need 4 bananas, so I take off 1 banana. Then they have the single bananas, the little melting
yeah, but people
pot.
do buy single bananas.
Right. Well, I guess now we can do that with carrots, but I wouldn't crack
No,
it in
they're
half.
snapping it in
I
half.
know. I'm just saying I would buy the full carrot then. If
What I'm
going
going
to
to start doing
this.
is taking the peels off all my bananas.
Because I'm not eating that. It's waste.
That's
Yeah,
just
and then
extra
weighing
weight.
it.
What am I doing with
Not
it?
a bad idea.
Thank you. This is
On
Let's
board.
not start. Let's not start this thing. Okay. Let's not start snapping.
Hey, this carrot guy or woman did it already.
yeah, same thing with beans. You could start doing it with beans. You could.
Why
save
don't I
a lot
just
of
start?
money.
Why don't I just bring a peeler with me and start peeling the carrots? Because I'm not going to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
The dirt part.
Yeah. Let's not start doing this.
Okay.
In other food news, before we get to sports here, Taco Bell and Cheez-It have announced, I guess they're doing a collab. The Big Cheez-It Crunchwrap Supreme and the Big Cheez-It Tostada coming to Taco Bell.
A collab for your colon.
Listen, I know we're a Taco John show, but this is big news in the Mexican fast food world.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Are you a Cheez-It fan?
I was
For this story,
before I found out they were part of the Axis of Evil.
I love a Cheez-It.
So these new things feature a Cheez-It cracker that's 16 times bigger than the original. So I guess nationwide, June 6th, you could get these things. So it's a partnership between Taco Bell and Kellanova, the company that owns Cheez-It. I guess they tested it out in Irvine, California. the big Cheez-It Crunchwrap Supreme and the Tostada was a resounding success. So I guess it's going to be rolled out nationwide.
Are Cheez-Its goldfish for adults?
Yes.
I feel like they are.
Or goldfish have been run over.
Yes.
Yeah, flattened goldfish. Cheez-Its are great.
They are. We got a ton of them in the office.
Yeah. And have you ever
We
had
have
the
Cheez-Its
Tabasco
in the
one?
office?
You have Cheez-Its on your desk, don't you?
No, those
are
are
goldfish.
Have you ever had the Tabasco flavored and all those?
No, but the buffalo sauce one.
I don't know if
Like
I've had that.
Frank's Red Hot. I think it's Frank's Red Hot.
That might be the one.
Frank's Red Hot Cheez-Its.
Okay.
I love a white cheddar Cheez-It.
I like them too. I love Cheez-Its.
Dang.
And I feel like I don't have them often enough.
Live your
I
life.
feel I should get a box for my house. Like I don't.
You should.
Like
Couch
I go
box.
to the store. Like a handful of Cheez-Its are really satisfying.
It's a staple in my husband's lunch.
Really?
Cheez-Its, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I should eat Cheez-Its more. This is going to be Cheez-It summer, guys.
Oh, wow.
You heard it here
Declaring
first.
Declaring it. So you get these new Cheez-Its Taco Bell things that participate in Taco Bell starting on June the 6th. A lot of young people are finding out about this and feeling cheated. Did you know that jalapenos are less spicy than they used to be?
No, but that makes sense.
It does.
Because I feel like I've been just down in them, and I'm like, oh, this isn't affecting me at all anymore.
No.
Why?
So your grandparents' jalapeno had a lot more kick to it. Then around 40 years ago, farmers intentionally started growing them to be bigger and less hot. So most of the ones we grow now are used in things like pre-made salsa and flavored chips, and food companies wanted them mild so they'd be more consistent. That's easier when you're less likely to get a batch that's really hot. So somebody on social media posted about it a couple weeks ago and linked to a story from last year. Hotter jalapenos still exist, but tend to come from smaller farms. Most of the ones at grocery stores are called Tam 2 peppers, created by a team at Texas A&M. So if food companies want to make things spicier now, they usually add like a jalapeno extract, the same stuff they use in pepper spray. So yes, jalapenos are less hot than they used to
Well,
be.
that's a bummer.
And finally, in food news, Hui Fong Foods, the makers of sriracha. Hui Fong Foods, maker of sriracha, the sauce that comes in the green cap bottles.
Yeah.
They've halted production.
I thought this happened a couple of years ago,
It
too.
did. And now they're going to start up after Labor Day. So the company blamed, I guess there's a red jalapeno chili pepper shortage. There aren't enough.
Dang.
It is good.
I did buy a couple extra last week.
And they said, you're the problem. After reevaluating our supply of chili, we have determined that it's too green to proceed with production as it is affecting the color of the product. So they said, the jalapenos are not ripe enough yet. Production halted until after Labor Day. So there will be possibly a sriracha shortage coming soon.
Man, you want to make a really good sandwich? Get some toast, make yourself an egg, get an avocado, put a little sriracha on top of that, and just have a
Sounds
good time.
good.
Have a nice little Saturday.
Sounds pretty yummy.
What are cheese nips?
Free the nips.
Those are the X-rated Cheez-Its.
Are those...
I've had a few cheese nip slips in my past.
What are cheese nips? So, because Amy says cheese nips were so much better than Cheez-Its. Too bad they don't make them anymore.
What are cheese
I don't know what
nips?
cheese nips are.
Shape?
The logo.
Are they cheese nipples?
They're like little areolas with a little bump.
Yep. So I guess it's
It's Cheez-Its.
same thing.
It's just
Are they
different.
just off? Oh, then
They're
Nabisco.
Nabisco.
They're Nabisco Cheez-Its.
Well, I don't remember these.
I don't.
Do you miss
vaguely
them?
familiar.
These are Cheez-Its. Just go get Cheez-Its. The
Well,
name is
Amy
It's a
different.
better
says-
name.
Amy says they're better.
Oh, well,
but they're
Amy-
gone.
I don't know.
You need a time machine to go have some cheese nips.
Oh yeah, they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
All you do is put some put a couple pieces of American cheese on your
Yeah.
nipples, and then you get
Yeah.
cheese nips.
Got my cheese nips.
You got to throw it
Going
so it
outside.
slaps and stays, though.
Hey, last night, and I had asked Lern if she was going to cover this in sports, but she says this is not sports.
Yeah.
These kids would beg to differ. Last night, the 96th Scripps National Spelling Bee,
Yeah.
the finals, And congratulations to 12-year-old Bruhat Soma.
What's
the
up?
Winner of the 96th Scripps National Spelling Bee. This kid defeated all 7 other finalists and beat his final competitor in the Bee's second ever spell-off. This kid spelled 29 words correctly during the spell-off, while 12-year-old Faizanzaki of Texas spelled 20 words correctly. The two shared a handshake after Bruhat was announced as this year's champion. So spell-offs are special rounds activated to determine a champion once the competition exceeds a certain time, and there's one more competitor left. So in a spell-off, the contestant who spells the most words correctly in 90 seconds wins. So this kid takes home $50,000 among other rewards. So congratulations, Bruhat Soma, Florida, the spelling bee champion. Which leads me to some of my favorite spelling bee clips of all time.
Let's go.
Here we go. Here's the kid that thought he knew it, but did not know it.
Kabaragoya.
Kabaragoya. I know it. I know it. I totally know it. Okay. Kabaragoya. Cabaragoya. Kabaragoya.
Wrong.
What?
Kabaragoya is spelled Kabaragoya.
Oh, man. A little too confident there, kid.
I know it.
His voice is incredible.
Somebody said he sounds like SpongeBob.
F is for friends who do
Yeah, man,
stuff
he does.
together. U is for you and me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Kabaragoya.
Kabaragoya. I know it.
Yep, SpongeBob. There's the Numbnut kid.
Numbnut.
Numbnut.
Numbnut is a felt or sheepskin pad placed between a horse's back and the saddle to prevent chafing. Can I say it and then you say it?
Yeah.
Numbnut.
Oh, numbnut.
Spelling bee humor, huh?
They say the
So
darndest
cute.
things.
Then there's this kid.
Please repeat the word.
Heron.
What's the word again?
Heron.
Hairwink.
Heron.
Hairrow.
Heron.
Hairline.
Heron.
Hurling.
Heron.
Please repeat the word.
Heron.
Herring.
Heron.
Herring.
Heron.
Get him, let it stop it. Get him, cuff him.
Is that real?
Yes.
Dude, that felt like the Will Forte sketch on SNL.
Oh, no, dude, it goes on for 45 minutes.
Harangue.
Heron.
Hair one.
Heron.
There's something relaxing
Heroin?
about it.
Please repeat the word, please.
Heron.
Please give me the definition.
A wading bird that has a long neck and legs, a long tapering bill with a sharp point and sharp cutting edges.
Heron. Heron. Heron.
Damn it.
Was he right?
Yeah, he was. Heron.
Beautiful.
Hairwink, hairline.
Yeah.
Heron.
Stalling.
Haro?
Do you remember that Will Forte sketch
Haro?
Haro?
from SNL?
What?
Where they're just like, spell yellow. He's like, please use a sentence. He's like, stalls, and he goes, H, yellow, H, P, Q, T, L, R, Z, Q. And he it's like goes on.
All right, Lern, that's not a real sport, but let's talk about real sports.
Let's go.
I would like to just say, if you're mad about the Cheez-Its Taco Bell merger,
Yeah.
Don't say the T word.
Amazon has Meemaw's Country Kitchen Cheese, TIDDIS. So if they don't have nips, they got the full.
Don't say the T word.
I saw you hold it up. Don't say it.
Yeah.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Well, here's what we got, you guys. The Cardinals are getting ready to open up a series this weekend and kick some Philly ass, and it's all
over
happening
the place.
tonight. It's going to be the long train to Philly is happening, and we're going to get another series win for our St. Louis
Yeah, we
Cardinals.
will. Be
5:40
easy.
tonight. Also, it's week 10 for your Battlehawks, you guys, and we are going up against the Brahmas. It's tomorrow at the Dome at the America Center, and this is the, I believe, final before the playoffs for the Battlehawks, which is very exciting. Also in NFL news, the Washington Commanders might be changing their name again. Big drama with whomever, bought the team. They will not be going back to their old name. But there's possibly some consideration for a new name for the Washington Commanders coming up, and you can see that online. City SC, we will have a game tomorrow. The City SC St. Louis soccer team will be at Chase Stadium up against Inter Miami, and the win probability for St. Louis is only 15%.
Well, you know why that's big? Because Messi.
Yes, he plays down there.
He plays down in
David
Miami.
Beckham owns that team.
David Beckham is a part owner, yes.
Yes, and he's actually, David Beckham is getting another guy who's very good, who's up for bids to possibly go to Miami.
And his name is?
I don't remember it, but I was listening to a podcast with David Beckham, and he has talked about getting, and I believe this guy also played with Messi, which is great. So go Miami.
This is good.
Or not really, because we're down there this weekend.
Not
this weekend, but
other time.
exciting for the United States.
Tune in, because your St. Louis City SC team will be playing Messi.
That's right.
Skate boys.
6:30.
NBA news, the Mavericks eliminated the Timberwolves last night in the NBA West Finals. In the NHL, the Panthers beat the Rangers. Chris Kerber and Louis were just here. Get your tickets for that St. Louis Blues Trivia Night, June 12th. It's going to go to help the kiddos. It's going to be the first of its kind, and you can go to the St. Louis Blues website to get tickets to that. We've also tweeted it out on all of our socials at RizzShow. The Blues are off tonight. We do not have an NFL team. I am your sports director, Lern, and this is the Rizzuto Show.
Please repeat the word.
Heron.
What's the word again?
Heron.
Hair wink.
Heron.
Hair row.
Heron.
Hairline.
Heron.
Hurling.
Heron.
May please repeat the word.
Heron.
Herring.
Heron.
Herring.
Heron.
Harangue.
Heron.
Hair one.
Heron.
Heroin. May please repeat the word, please.
Heron.
It's so good.
May please give me the definition.
A wading bird that has a long neck and legs, a long tapering bill with a sharp point and sharp cutting edges.
Heron. Heron. Heron.
Yeah.
And if only you could make a deal with God, I know we'd eat places. Been running up that road, been running in my heels, been running on the buildings and those places. If only could. That was Kate W. Bush, Running Up the Hill.
For men that have it going on, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, somebody that I feel like he's kind of maintained his youth and his presence, and he takes care of his body, and he's got gorgeous hair. It's just, he's got it going on. And I don't know what he does, but I imagine he takes great care of his body at a microcellular level, which is exactly what Victory Men's Health can help you do. You could be the St. Louis version of Anthony Kiedis. And that's a big swing. That's swing on my part. I would swing you as you would walk by. But whether it's you want to lose weight, you want to gain some weight, you want to know what's up with your vitamin deficiencies, which we all have because we all eat like crap, or you want to do that red light therapy, which can do wonders for inflammation and any autoimmune problems you might be having, that red light therapy can help out with that. They can customize a treatment plan for you no matter what's up. Even something as small as just, hey, oh yeah, my B12 vitamin's low. They can help you with that. Or if something sexually is going on and you don't know what it is, Victory Men's Health's got your back. 4 locations: O'Fallon, Illinois, O'Fallon, Missouri, Town and Country, the new location in Sunset Hills. Online for you this weekend, victorymenshealth.com.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
Backstage at Point Fest, and I'm completely honored to be joined by Ed from Live. This is one of my childhood dreams, to always talk to you every time you're in town.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Been following you. I was telling you, tour manager, I've been following you guys since, and I'm sorry if nobody out there cares, but I'm going to walk down memory lane with you. MTV 120-minute tour, Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Shrine Mosque, I think is what it was.
I think so. It was our first tour.
That was your first tour?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you guys were like, talk about just being with the guys you grew up with. You guys were like 12 at the time or something.
Yeah, we started the band when we were 13, coming out of 8th grade into high school. And that tour you mentioned, that was 1992. So that was our first road experience with Public Image Limited and Big Audio Dynamite and Blind Melon.
Yeah, that was amazing, and that's one of those. That's like obviously the first time I saw you, but even more creepy. I have a Public Affection CD.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. There aren't too many of those around.
Is there no restraining order just yet on that?
No. Somebody did try. Somebody tried to they put it up on one of the streaming sites as like Public Affection. I'm like, hey, that's our band.
Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Wait a minute, you can't do that.
You got enough of that stuff going on all the time anyway, with so many records out and everything, and now new music, and you guys are here in St. Louis. Talk about touring again and still doing it after, what, 25 years of Throwing Copper, one of my all-time faves. It's still fun for you, right?
It's so much fun. We're just kicking this year off. We've been back now. We took a long break there, and break/breakup.
Right.
And it's been...
David Taylor Ellisville. This is the best dealership in the entire area, in the entire state. David Taylor Ellisville is located in Ellisville on Manchester and online at taylorstlouis.com. Why are they the best? Because they really do care about the entire journey of the vehicle and making sure that they're there to help you and support you with the vehicle, from sales to service, even an auto body department, all on the exact same campus. The service department can get you in within 3 business days. They're there with a pre-owned division, and right now you can get any and all new inventory that they have, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, for employee pricing. You want that employee discount? Well, they're giving it to you in the month of May. So hurry, check out that inventory, call them, see the super deals that they are offering right now with employee pricing. I'll say it again, employee pricing. Get that employee discount at David Taylor Ellisville on the ride that you want, the Ram that you want, the Cherokee that you want, the Wrangler 4xe, the Wrangler that you want, the Challenger, the Charger. I could go on forever, but I have a limited time, as is this employee pricing deal. Tell them Moon sent you. Call my friends at David Taylor Ellisville today. TaylorStLouis.com.
Well, big things happening in the 21 Pilots camp. And you know what? If you are going to talk about 21 Pilots, there are legitimately no better 2 people in which that you could call to talk about said band than our guys. Gentlemen, it's wonderful to see you again. Hello, and it's been a while. Hello from St. Louis.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it has
We're
been
excited.
Man, it's really great to see you guys again. And the first thing that we want to talk about is the 21 Pilots cinema experience. Now, it's coming out on May the 19th. There'll be a special encore on May the 22nd. But I want to know, this experience came about a year or so ago during the pandemic. And I'm curious, the show was so well done, so well produced. How long did it take you guys to put that whole thing even together in the first place for it to run?
I think it was probably, I guess we were talking about, it was probably like 7 or 8 months from the very beginning. And it was, the way that we sort of had to go about doing it, we just kind of knew that because our live show is so reliant on people, that and once all that's stripped away, that we couldn't just perform the way that we normally do. So we kind of had to just go and reinvent the entire thing and sort of start from scratch. And once we did that, then it kind of just we knew it was going to take a while to pull off. And so it took a good probably 8 months to get all the logistics coordinated and together and make everything happen.
So then for you guys, as far as the day-to-day goes during that 6-7 months time span, so you guys are finishing the record or it's already done, but then the pandemic's going on. So there's a lot of things that are happening while you're putting this together. Was it something that you were working on every day for those 6-7 months?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. There was a lot of video conference calls and, you know, passing back and forth ideas. And man, looking back on it, I think it's still, I would say, is the hardest thing we've ever done. So, you know, we released this last year with the release of our latest record, and it was a one-time thing, you know, just live that evening. And we haven't really put it anywhere since. It hasn't lived anywhere else. And so we've been holding on to it. We decided to really go in and dive into the mix of the audio to make sure that it sounds really good, especially in a movie theater, make it feel really big and get that movie experience that we're familiar with. And yeah, now we're releasing it for, you know, one night only in the theaters. We like that it feels exclusive. We like that it feels like, you know, you got to come and see this thing, and it's, you know, it could go away forever after that, and we're not really sure. But it I don't know, it just adds to, it feels like today, everyone, if you're gonna, people feel like if you're gonna create something, you want to try to spread it out as often and as far and as wide as possible. But there's something really powerful about being proud of what you make. I feel proud of this. I feel like this represents who I am. And when your security in what it is that you make is rooted there, then whether or not it gets, you know, scattered all over the world, it becomes a secondary thing. Now, I get that that's something that as a band, it's been fortunate enough to be heard all over the world, and for our music to be scattered all over the world. It is really easy for me to say that, and I get that. But it is something that we learned in the process, that let's just make things that we're proud of. Let's make something that we stamp on and be like, I'm going to look back on that and be so proud that we put in that much work. And that's what this thing is. And, you know, it's a one-time theatrical, you know, release of this thing. And, you know, Josh said this earlier. He was talking about how, you know, we executed this live stream concert in front of no audience, and when we weren't able to have people come together. And now for it to all come full circle, and we're releasing it in a movie theater where people can come together to experience it together. It's just a perfect way to close out the idea.
Well, that's good. I'd say it was just about, it might have been a little longer than this, but Oasis released a live concert footage.
So you've been searching around the internet, clicking around, looking at homes, and you know that summertime is a great time to go out and check out your home because we get all kinds of weather happening. You can see if the basements are leaking. Plus, you can see if the neighborhood, do you want a quiet neighborhood? Find out, because you know their kids are going to be out of school, so this is a great time to see if the neighborhood's quiet or is it a crazy, fun environment. Maybe that's what you're looking for. Well, again, great time to go. And so you should swing by First Community before you even start looking for a home and talk to them about loans. They got incredible home loans. That's who I got mine through, and I'm so glad I did, because I got the first-time home buyer loan, and you should look into this. This is absolutely amazing. You get this loan, and there's no down payment. There's no closing costs, and there's no private mortgage insurance. Yes, I said that correct. No down payment, no closing costs, and no PMI. Absolutely amazing. So you're going to save a ton of money, and plus you get to work with First Community. If you've never bought a home, it's incredible. They will walk you through every step of the way. They'll answer all the questions. I love First Community. They helped me get my home, and I've been there a long time now because of them. So thank you, First Community. Go and ask them today about a home loan. That's firstcommunity.com.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I'm in the Four Brothers Mead tent, joined by a few of the members of Papa Roach. How's it going, guys?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to be here. Point Fest again.
Yes, and I know you're a Point Fest veteran. This is my first one.
Oh, really?
And the guys were telling me, he's like, you know what? Jacoby one time came over here, took his pants off, into the whole interview in his underwear.
Damn, I don't
so
even
you are
remember
a
that.
bit overdressed.
Damn. It's part of my.
Are we gonna roll the clip?
Dude, I gotta see this. I totally forgot that.
Apparently, it happened.
I know. I do look good with my pants off, though. But yeah,
that would push ticket sales for tonight.
Totally.
We're so excited that you guys are here. You got Ego Trip.
Yeah, it's out.
It's out. It's incredible. and we were just talking off the interview that I'm from Maine. A lot of snow in Maine, and I gotta say, Swerve is my snowstorm driving jam. Crank it up, and when it's coming down and people are driving all over the road, the perfect song.
That's perfect, for real. I can just imagine seeing all these cars just like
That's exactly how it
careening
goes.
off into the ditch.
Yep. Now, you guys just released a music video for No Apologies. One steady shot. Tell me about that.
Take. Yeah, that was cool. That was we've been doing it for a little while, and it was great for the tour. We did it pretty much every day, but we picked the best one, and it was like it just the crowd came alive, and it just made for a great show. And
I think we'll do it again tonight.
You do it up.
I mean, we've been doing it every night. We're like, hey, one take music video, let's go.
Yeah.
It's so good. And your brother does it.
Yes, he does all of our content, and it's fun having him on the road. He's not here with us today. It was just like we got 2 shows, so we're playing here.
Give him
and then
a day off. He's family, right?
Yeah. He actually works both for us and the Struts that are here today.
That's incredible.
Oh, Luke. The bold, dashing Luke. I think
Okay,
he's
so
awesome.
when's the Papa Roach Struts collab?
I mean, you never know. Maybe next album.
See?
We'll see.
You heard it here first. It's happening. Now, speaking of collaborations, one of the biggest songs, what was it, last year, 2 years ago, you teamed up with The Who, the HU, the Mongolian throat singing band. And out of all the shows I've been to this year, they were so fun. What was it like to work with them?
Oh, it was great. When I first pulled up on the guys, we met each other. I didn't actually meet him before we did the song. I met him after I recorded the song, and I met him on set when we were going to shoot the music video. And none of the fellas speak English.
Nope.
Very super limited. And one of the guys in the group has a brother that speaks fluent, and so we had a translator there, and it was just like instant bros.
That's amazing.
Straight up, like it was just like. Just talking about bands that we had grown up on, and there was just a lot of commonality in the threads of music.
Which is wild to think, because it's such a different culture, and you look at them, and they're almost intimidating.
Yeah, absolutely. They're like they're coming to murder us. It's pretty. Their origin story is pretty fascinating too. They are all like classically trained Mongolian throat singers. They went to this music institute in Mongolia, and this old pop star had this idea of how do we, get these young talented people to like do something that can reach the world.
Yeah.
And so they conceptualized the idea for The Who, and then next thing you know, they're touring around the world, and then they got cats like me on their tracks, and
bringing it to the mainstream.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I love the guys and just good people. So
it's a cool thing to
fun
be a part
collaboration.
of. Yeah, and that's the thing. When I think Papa Roach, ever since you guys really hit the scene, you're always present in the forefront of the scene in one way or another. Like for me, Papa Roach is one of the most consistent things I think in my life.
Goodness, that's fantastic. I'm glad we could be that.
Well, I mean, I think back to growing up with you guys. I mean, you guys hit it big. I think when I was preteen, teenager age, and then you guys have the song for WWE Raw.
Yeah,
and you're there, and I'm a huge wrestling fan, and then Gravity was huge, and that introduced me to In This Moment. So like for me, Papa Roach is one of those, you're always kind of ahead of the game on certain things, certain bands, certain acts, and you're always present. And another thing that's really cool is your presence on TikTok.
Oh yeah, we're dorking out on TikTok.
You were one of the first rock bands that I really saw embrace that platform and have fun with it.
Yeah, I saw Randy from Lamb of God the other day on Instagram. They're like, Randy, your album's coming out today, and your management wants to do a TikTok. He's like, I don't fucking do TikTok. and that was a TikTok, and I'm like, brilliant.
It was great.
Perfect.
But you guys have really leaned into it. You jump on the trends. You do reactions. So was that hard to convince you to jump in, or were you just on board?
I had no desire to want to do any of that. I'll be honest. I was like...
it took about 6 months of convincing by my brother and his brother to get into it, because it was like, it was for young kids originally, and we were still like kind of on that mindset that, it's just for kids, but
the pandemic happened, and then we're all like, we're going to try this
sucked
thing.
into their phones.
Yep.
I think it's a cool way to like air out the humor. You know what I mean? I think we're humorous dudes on the side, Our music has a serious tone to it, but as individuals, we got a sense of humor. So you got to have, we felt that was a necessary place to, I guess, shine that side of who we are as funny men. You're a funny man. I'm a funny man.
Hilarious. And you guys really leaned into it, too. I mean, you had that collaboration with Jarvis Johnson,
Oh,
who
yeah.
really blew up on TikTok. And
Yep.
I'm like, look at Papa. They know what they're doing and who to team up with.
Yeah,
And-
we're always keeping our ear to the underground. You know, we're looking for what's new, what's popping. I think that's part of the fun of music is discovering new stuff. And but then also, like, how do we lead the charge ourselves? How do we, like, I guess, carry the torch for rock and roll?
Yeah.
That's our goal. I don't know if we're necessarily the band that's doing it, but it's like when you put that in the forefront of your mind, like, how are we going to take our fans on a journey?
Yeah.
Like, what's this trip going to be? And I think that we always stretch out in that regard. And sometimes we go a little too far, and fans are like, what the fuck are you guys doing? We're like, dude, just give it like 5 years, and then you'll get it.
Yeah.
Like, we're coming to you from the future,
Yes.
and the future's dope.
Incredible. So what do you say to those fans who maybe haven't heard you guys much since Scars or Last Resort? Like, if they were to listen
Where
to
the
Ego
fuck
Trip.
you been? You been in a fucking rock? Wake up! Sorry,
No, that's fine.
I
Let it
interrupted you,
out.
but I just
Let
had to
it
get that out. Sorry.
It's good. No, do you feel better?
No. They're still under the rock. What would you say to them, Jerry?
They're coming. No, I mean, yeah, just go deep. Check it out. Go deep because we got plenty.
Yeah.
You know,
11 records.
that's right.
Which is
11
wild
albums.
to me.
Yeah, it is.
I can
It's-
only imagine what it is to you, for you guys to think
It's
back.
like, what do you write about?
What do you write about, and how do you pick what you perform? I mean, you have such a huge library.
We're just playing
now.
the hits tonight.
Yeah.
We're just playing the hits and a couple deep cuts and a
okay.
couple covers actually tonight.
Oh, okay. Can't wait for that. So
Yeah,
what's
mixing it up.
next? You guys got the torch. Where are we going? What's next for Papa Roach?
We're going to
We're taking the torch to what? Canada.
Louder Than Life.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really next. And
Next
then
year we're going to do another tour.
we're doing a tour with a small tour in the UK with Don Broco.
Yeah, that's going to be dope.
Fast-growing business in St. Louis. I want you to listen up. NetSuite's Business Grows Here event is coming to St. Louis Thursday, June 27th. You do not want to miss this thing. Now, why have they chosen St. Louis? Because NetSuite knows St. Louis is a hub for entrepreneurs with fast forward-thinking founders, a top talent pool, and pro-business leadership. Now, apply to attend the business event of the year, taking place at Union Station Hotel Thursday, June 27th. You'll learn how Missouri is paving the way for new business growth and capital. You'll see how technology fueled by AI is shaping the way we grow and run our businesses. And you'll be inspired by business leaders like Jamie Siminoff. That guy founded Ring Video Doorbell, and he headquartered his next company right here in St. Louis. NetSuite by Oracle Business Grows Here is free to attend if you qualify. So apply right now to attend. Seats are going quickly. Block out your calendar Thursday, June 27th. Apply at netsuite.com/Missouri. That's netsuite.com/Missouri. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Another week in the books. A short week, but it was a fun week.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you all tuning in. Today's podcast is titled
There's Areola Everywhere.
Right.
Areola Everywhere. All right, Scott, what else?
Well, you can follow me at King Scott Rules. A lot of great things going on there. And then also make sure to go out tomorrow night, see Rafe at the Funny Bone in St. Charles, and let's sell those the last one out, right?
Last show.
Yeah.
Last show's all we need. It's almost
We
there.
close, baby. I think they said less than 20 tickets left. So
Incredible.
Well, you
Let's do
can.
it.
Learn.
Yes, go see Rafe tomorrow. Get tickets, sell it out, follow him. I am Rafe Williams. I am not, but he is, and help out our pal.
All right, Rafe.
I concur.
All right.
The previous messages.
Me as well. Thank you. We leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Florissant, Missouri. Garrett Rumpf is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. And Garrett wants to hear this song, and here it is. We will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
The Rizzuto Show.